Do you know what? I don't even care if this game goes to 5 hours because it's going to be absolutely... Hello, everybody. Oh, that was cheesy as all hell. I'm never doing that again.
Cheese?
Yeah, cheese. What? Oh, that was a great pun. Anyway, hello, everybody in the chat. I hope you're doing well. My name is Ben. I am joined by Moog, and we have probably one of the most exciting games of Warhammer Age of Sigmar you can ever imagine. Why? Because who have we got playing, Moog?
Skaven.
And?
Skaven and Boneplitters.
Well, I mean, come on, Boneplitters is also exciting, right? Skaven is great. Boneplitters is amazing. The fact that they're playing against each other, they're both 1-1. So the reason we do this is we do 1-1 because both of these players are fighting for a potential podium if they manage to get hold of it, which is huge.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know. They might lose both games tomorrow, but they're fighting for their lifeline here.
Why else is it exciting? Both of them getting the extra points from the comp this time.
Yep.
Both of them factions you don't usually see at major tournaments.
Correct. Both of them getting reinforcement point extras.
Yes.
Because why not?
I'm a massive Skaven fan.
This is going to be so good.
I'm so happy.
And you know what's even better? They're playing the Vice. So we get 2 turns of shooting from the Skaven and 3 turns of combat from the Bonesplitters.
Yeah. Incredible.
All right, so as usual, sorry, that was really quick. We were both excited and we're both trying to get into the game. Really quickly, over the composition here for the weekend, the ones that apply to us are, in the event the Vice is drawn, aggressive expansion is not comparable. Oh, the comp is just being spoken about now. Gloomspite gets Bonesplitters and Skaven get 6 reinforcement points, and also Bonesplitters don't get the extra points.
Bonesplitters do not get the extra points,
but the Skaven do.
The Skaven do. The Bonesplitters should, but they don't.
However, we have the Vice.
Yes.
5 battle rounds, naturally, of course. Makes sense.
Yep.
We have victory points. Each player scores victory points at the end of their turns as follows. 1 for 1, 1 for 2, 1 for more, 2 for battle tactics. Standard. Yep. What's interesting about this is that in turns 1, it's off the board in the corners. In turn 2 to 3, it's in the middle section. And then in turn 4, it will go into the direct center of the board. Brilliant. Everything is territory in this one. Absolutely everything is territory. Really easy for Savage Spearhead. Really easy for Savage Spearhead. That sort of stuff. Brilliant. So, moving on, we're going to go straight into the game. We've got some lists to go through, but we'll go through those. In fact, no, I'll go through the lists right now. Look, we can see the game being set up. Brilliant. Thanks, guys. We can see where the objectives are going to be. But we've got some lists to go through first. Let's go through these. First up... No, we'll not do this one. Moog will want to do that one. Moog will want to do that one. So first up, we've got the Bonesplitters from Jack Davenport. Moog has just left the table to go and find some table information. So we'll get him back shortly. Yeah, Bonesplitters here. Icebone from Jack Davenport. Icebone means that when you roll a 6 to wound, you do mortal wounds instead of wounds, which means no saves. No saves. Which is pretty good. Pretty good, eh? Leaders here for Jack. You've got the Savage Big Boss with the General and the Great Hunter. You've got 3 Wurgog Prophets. Now, one of them has the glowy green tusks. Sorry, both of them have glowing green tusks. One of them has the Lore of Gorkamorka's Warcry, and there is an artifact which is the glowing tattoos, which is nice because it's a better ward save. You've then got 2 units of 5 Savage Boar Boys, and then a unit of 10 Savage Boar Boys. Then you've got 10 Maniacs, 10 Maniacs, and then 2, 3, 4 units of Big Stabbers. Incredible. Who doesn't love Big Stabbers? And what's even better is there a 2-drop, because 2 battle regiments. Who doesn't love that? Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
They need the help.
they do need the help.
They can have a battle regiment. Yep. They can have 2.
They can have 2. In fact, not just one. They have 2 battle regiments.
And then probably prefer 1 actually. But
let's go over to Moog's favourite.
Absolutely.
Bang. Johnny Armstrong, Skaven.
Skaven.
Hit me.
This is a interesting list.
Oh, hang on a minute. Why is he Skaven tied? Why has he not got a sub-faction?
Because they don't have sub-factions.
Oh, okay. Sure.
They have their individual clans. You get different bonuses for taking HQ units of each different clan, etc. So, we start off Vermin Lord Deceiver. So this is the Clan Eshin Vermin Lord. He gets his powered up version of the Eshin spell, which is Dreaded Skitterleap, which lets him deep strike 7 inches away from or send a hero 7 inches away from the enemy.
Yep.
It'll probably be himself. He's got the universal spell or flaming weapon as well, so +1 damage to one of his profiles.
Yep.
And his artifact is the Shadow Magnet Trinket, which I believe is once per game he can choose to fight at the start of the combat phase before any other unit.
Yep.
Well, so you can pick him and then pick another Skaven unit, essentially.
Correct.
Yeah. His command trait is incredible agility. He
Yep.
can fly.
Yep.
That's it.
And he's got a flaming weapon,
Yeah.
which is +1 damage, which is huge.
Yeah. I can also tell you in a minute about that.
Yeah.
But his name is Dorothy.
Okay.
He's got a Master Molder, which is the Clan Molders unit, obviously.
Yep.
So that unlocks 2 things for him. It means he can have an extra mutation on a Molder unit, which we'll come to when we talk about them Rat Ogres in a minute. But otherwise, he has the artifact of the Rabid Crown, which lets all Molder pack units around him reroll wound rolls.
Nice.
And he already buffs Molder units supremely well. Finally, we've got the Clan Scryer, Warlock Bombardier. So he's a crazy rocket-wielding Rat of Doom.
Yep.
He's got the Warp Lightning Shield for a bit of a mortal wound reflection. Then we've got the bog standard 3 lots of 20 Clan Rats for your battle line tax. Not much to say about them. They're Clan Rats. They're going to die.
Nothing more than a screen for the Giselles.
Yeah, they are going to die. We've got 2 units of 4 Rat Ogres. So, Rat Ogres, really good. Really good. Love them. So the first unit has a mutation of Toughened Sinews, which gives every Rat Ogre in the unit 6 wounds instead of 4, and an extra save point.
Hang on.
It modifies
6 wounds instead of 4?
6 wounds instead of 4.
It's true.
So, it's an extra 8 wounds on the unit, and it modifies their save characteristic to 4 instead of 5. It doesn't +1. It modifies the characteristic. Very important.
Okay.
We've got the second unit of Rat Ogres with Insanely Rabid. So, you thought your Rat Ogres were good before? They explode on 6s into 2 hits instead of 1. They have 4 attacks each. Not when they're Insanely Rabid. They got 6 attacks each. Bam. Beautiful. You love to see it. And then there's 6 giant rats.
Casually.
Just a casual 6 giant rats. They're not going to do much. They'll probably sit on an objective or screen. And then you've got the Warplock Giselles. 3 reinforced units of Warplock Giselles. And these are essentially worse versions of your Storm Strike, of your Long Strikes.
Yep. Mine is 12 drops.
But they do have the added benefit of, since we have a Scry HQ, we get warp tokens that we can spend on increasing the damage of our units, giving them rerolls and stuff like that.
Damage 3 on those Giselles. 3 mortal wounds if for 6 hits.
No, still only 2 mortal wounds if for 6 hits.
No,
it's a shame.
It converts the damage. It should be 3.
Regardless,
I would say
they are long-range snipers.
Yeah.
Which is going to be really interesting to see them against those savage orcs. So
it's awfully dark.
As you can see, we have had a table change.
Yes, we do. I'm going to go and move a curtain. I'll be right back, chat.
So we've entered a new territory because this is, of course, Boneplitters. We are deep in the jungle. Look at those. Look at all those bums on screen. This is These are all the maniac bums. So we're just having deployment at the moment still. And in this tournament, we also have secondary objectives that are not usually present in Age of Sigmar games. And funnily enough, both armies have chosen the same secondary objective this game. So these secondary objectives, they give you 5 points if you score them. It can be done at any point in the game, but you can only choose it once over the course of this 2-day tournament. You also gain another 5 points if you deny your opponent from doing theirs. So, both of them have chosen their generals to become what they have said must be called Dorothy. So, they get 5 points if they are contesting one of the objectives at the end of the battle. So, funnily enough, at the end of this battle, there's only going to be one objective. So, they're hoping that the Vermin Lord and the Savage Big Boss in the Bonesplitters list survives until the end of the battle and doesn't die round 5 so that they can get the extra points. Alternately, if both of them die before round 5, they're both getting 5 free points because they've denied their opponent getting it. We can also see that these Bone Splitters are also converted to be running dinosaurs instead of pigs, which is very cool. I don't know if those are the old Cold One. Are those the old Cold One models? They may well be, but you know what? It looks awesome, especially against this, scenic jungle backdrop that we've been given for this table. Absolutely beautiful. So, the Bone Splitters will have the choice of who takes the first turn. I'd imagine with an army like Bone Splitters, they probably want to get up and into the fray as soon as possible, especially when they've got the speed of the pigs on their side. Oh, I say pigs, the speed of the piggy dinosaurs on their side. And meanwhile, the Skaven will probably, I assume, just screen out with those clan rats, move up slowly, and have the Jezzails picking off key heroes at their leisure.
Yeah, you probably want to be picking off those Wargog profits before you get an opportunity to actually do anything. I thought, instead of opening a window, I'll just increase the camera capability. There you go. More light on the camera.
Yeah. We can now see the Skaven terrain is also down. The warp bowl, so Skaven heroes can send a unit through the Gnaw hole. You can see there's 3 of them being circled there. They blend in nicely to the jungle table. So at the end of the movement phase, they can send 1 unit through there. They have to appear within 6, I believe, of the Gnaw hole.
Yep.
Not more than 9 from any enemy units.
Yep.
Enemy units that finish a move within 1 inch on a 6 will take D6 mortal wounds.
Yep.
Or D3, I can't quite.
D3, it'll be.
Yeah, D3. And if you are a Skaven wizard, priest, you get +1 to your chanting or casting rolls within an inch.
It's arcane, basically. And what I learnt about these the other day is that they're impassable.
Yes.
Which means you can't land on it.
Yep.
You can't deploy on it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put a Skaven wizard in it.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be next to it.
Absolutely not.
And the terrain that you can see on the table right now is wonderfully is wonderfully lent to us by Hugh or Sumpworks over on Twitter. You'll get it back, don't worry. I only say it like this because Hugh stood literally right in front of me. It is absolutely gorgeous. It themes well with the board. It themes even better with the armies.
Yeah, both of these armies having green bases as well. It's
look,
all just come together.
This
in this
is
round.
like the creme de la creme of Warhammer, right?
I am so happy with it. So, what we can see as well is the Bone Splitters actually have a pre-game move, of which I think he's just done it in deployment anyway, because he knows he's going to have it.
Yeah, I believe so.
Which is why those big stabbers are so far up the board.
Actually, you only need to be 9 away from the centre.
Oh, well, he might not, but at least one of the Bone Splitters traits is he will get, I can't remember if it's D3 units, get an extra 6-inch move at the start of the game, I believe.
Nice. I mean, they do also have a 6+ ward across the army, because why not?
Sorry, it's actually half of the army gets to move up 5 inches.
Wow. Up to 5 inches.
Yeah, because they're tireless trackers. And,
Nice.
yeah, we can assume that Bone Splitters probably want to be in combat fairly soon.
Yeah. It is crazy.
And it's just going to be a case of dinosaurs getting picked off by snipers as they run in. And there we go, there goes the handshake, and...
Yeah, brilliant. We can see that we've got... This is the Wargog with glowing tattoos. These are the other 2 over here. We've got the general just here.
Yep.
And then, yeah, obviously, Johnny had priority. But let's Jack go first there.
Oh.
Why not? Let him move up. Potentially double
How did
turn.
this Skaven get the priority against the 2-drop?
Oh. Yeah, I think they've done it the other way around. I think John... Give me half a tick. What is the danger for the Bone Splitters here?
Well, the danger for the Bone Splitters here is obviously Bone Splitters are naked orcs. They do not have much in the way of a save. I believe most of their range is a 6-up save, if not a 5-up at best. The only difference being every single thing in the Bone Splitters list does have a ward save because of their glowing war paint. This is only different, I believe, on the turn where the Savage Big Boss is going to call a Big War for a 4-up ward across the army, which is a really nice bonus, or on the Wargog Prophet that has a glowing...
Pre-game move.
Yeah, as a glowing stage. And yeah, as we see now, we have the Bone Splitters doing their tireless tracker 5-inch move on half their units. So this is spelling some poor news for the poor clan rats that are going to get absolutely eaten by dinosaurs.
So this is just the pre-game move here.
Yeah.
So it might not actually be going first.
Yeah. He hasn't decided to give away the priority first, but they get this pre-game move regardless. Other things that Bone Splitters get, as long as a Bone Splitters unit has 5 or more models, they will be getting 2 hits instead of 1 on a dice roll of a 6 to attack.
Yeah.
Of course, they still have to wound roll and save roll for each of these. Do we have what sub-faction of Bone Splitters that we're playing?
Yeah, he's an ice bone, so every 6 to wound is a mortal wound instead.
Yeah, so he's really fishing for 6s across every roll.
Yeah.
Save, attack, wound,
Anything.
run. He wants it all.
Yeah. And the thing is, roll enough dice, right? roll enough dice, and you'll be fine.
Dice, and it will happen. So it'll be really interesting to see how this 2 traditionally low tier armies get on.
Yeah, and it's nice to have them both one-on-one, both fighting for their lifeline, essentially, in the tournament. Both looking for that fat W, or win, so that they can make it into day 2 with a potential podium. But also, club mates.
Yeah.
These are both from the Books Wargaming group, and have known each other for a while.
Yeah.
A long, long while.
So, what else is there to say about this? I think it's going to be very interesting. I don't think you give away first turn to the Skaven here. The Jezzails are too much of a danger for the pigs.
I think they did. I think they've just swapped the coins around again. So really, Jack went first. Has priority, but has given it over to the Skaven. Just gonna just go in and change that. Give me a half a tick. Oh.
But if I also just have a little quick talk about the stage or the path that the Skaven has had to go to get here. So Skaven won game 1, lost game 2. The first game, the Skaven were actually against living cities with the traditional 30 Iron Drakes and 4 Dragons in living cities. Fortunately, they got the no reserves, no deep strike mission, so those Dragons and those Iron Drakes could not just come on at the side and blast them all off at the start.
Yeah.
So, surprisingly, with all the buffs from like the Prime Hunters FAQ and such like that, the Skaven managed to pull a victory against living cities with dragons.
Yeah. I think there was Fulminators in that list as well, wasn't there?
Shocking, honestly.
Yeah. And then I think that player then lost their next game as well.
Yeah, they lost the next game to Ideneth Deepkin, which was the Ideneth Deepkin that we had in game 1, actually, wasn't it?
No.
No, it was a different Ideneth.
Yeah. So, the Skaven, lost. Yeah, no, I was on about the Living Cities guy.
Ah, no. Yeah, the Skaven did lose their second game to the Ideneth that we had in the first game on stream.
Yes, but I'm talking about the
I
Living
know.
Cities, not the one we had on the table.
While you took your headphones off, I was talking about the path that you had to get to this game.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about the Skaven's first opponent, then lost his second game.
Yeah, again, really surprising.
Don't know how.
But yeah, the Skaven game 2 against Ideneth Deepkin, very hard matchup for when half your force focuses on range damage and they can dictate what is being shot at.
Yeah.
So not much of a surprise that was the outcome of that. I don't know what path the Bone Splitters had to get to this point. I know they lost game 1 against... Who was it? It was against...
Let me go.
It was against the top-ranked player.
Oh, Mike Stewart. He was playing Ideneth Deepkin.
He was against Ideneth Deepkin again. There's something to be said about Ideneth Deepkin at this event. There is a lot of them.
6. There are 6.
There are 6 of them. And it's one of the few... Well, it's one of the armies that's, decent. Decent, hasn't had any changes then anyway. The other being Maggotkin of Nurgle, that's usually quite high.
I'm on round 3 here. It must be, yeah. Okay. I need to get the other list up. So, the Uruk Warclan's Ironjaws.
Ironjaws.
So he beat Ironjaws.
He beat Ironjaws?
With double more crusher Ironjaws.
You see, the one thing that Bone Splitters can do?
Monsters.
Kill monsters.
Yeah.
And a double... You know what? It's still surprising that they lost the double more crusher. Must have called a big savage while when they charged in for a 4-up ward.
Yeah. and the old skewer boys.
Okay, so yes, Skaven
Really
have been given the first turn.
Yeah.
They have chosen Ferocious Advance.
Yeah, they've just got the pills the wrong way around, chat.
Yeah. So, have you heard what they gave or what they wanted to advance at all?
No, I didn't hear that. I assume it would just be the 3 units of the clan rats that are strung out.
They have to end all their movement within
Actually,
3 of each other.
Only one model.
Yeah.
But because they're on 25mm bases, they can butt up and they can not care.
Yeah, either that or you could
It's
do
probably just these 3
the
models.
you could do the Master Molder and the 2 Rat Ogre units.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they're not reaching combat this turn.
No.
They're gonna run.
I'm surprised he's put them right in the middle and not put them near a gnaw hole, so he can't like gnaw hole one of them into the back.
It's a 6-inch range, and you don't have to be wholly within. And it's at the end of the movement phase, so you can move to that gnaw hole.
Not with all 3. You can only do 1 unit a turn, I assume.
Yeah, only 1 unit a turn. But you don't want those Rat Ogres, etc., without
The molder.
the Molder.
Yeah.
He does so much for them. He doubles their bravery. He is letting them reroll all wounds. He's giving them +1 to hit. That's before they get any extra commands.
Yeah. Obviously, the +1 to hit isn't change their profile, so they can only cap out at +1.
Well, yeah.
But which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But it means you don't have to use all out attack, which is great.
Absolutely.
And there is a shuffle music, according to the text to speech.
Right. I think we're going to see, these ones being the targets for the Ferocious Advance. The Clan Rats hobbling forward just a wee bit.
Enough to not be annoying.
So, we don't actually have a way, apart from Inspiring Presence, to make these rats Battle Shock immune. Skaven, Bravery, let's not even talk about it.
Does the Deceiver not have the bubble on the
No.
ball?
No.
Which
The
is
Deceiver doesn't have a ball. That is the Warp Seer.
Oh, the Warp Seer, that's the one.
Yeah, he's the one that has the command ability of everything ignores Battle Shock.
Within 24.
Yeah.
The board.
It's grand. It is absolutely great. No, this is the Eshin one. He's probably just going to try and teleport, maybe take some heroes out in the back.
Yeah.
He's probably looking to take out that Savage Big Boss before he can war. Because, crucially, if he can teleport across with his Dreaded Skit Leap and be 7 away, he gets his charge, pops his Relic. That's before the combat phase where the war's called.
Nice. So you fight before the combat phase?
You fight as soon as you charge, I do believe. Let's just double check.
Interesting.
Of course, Eshin would be the very last one in the book. Once per battle, the bearer can fight at the... No, it is at the start. It's right at the start. So they are equal. But if it's the Skaven player's turn...
He gets to choose.
Yeah. Of which, are you going to choose to let him get a 4-up ward across the entire army?
Oh, gosh, no.
But no, right now he hasn't actually got the... He hasn't actually got the Savage Big Boss in the back very well covered. It's more a question of, is the Vermin Lord's big base going to be, enough to get... I mean, it's only 7. You have to be away with the dreaded Skitter Leap if he gets it off this turn, but...
Yeah, but you're going to be at least an 8, if not a 9-inch charge, because of where the big boss is comparative to the 2 Maniac units.
Yeah.
So, as much as he hasn't screened to the point of
But
you can't get there, he's screened to a point where he's like, you have to think if you want to get there.
I mean, he does have flying as well for that little bit of help.
Yeah, but it's still a 7-inch charge.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, still like an 8 to 9-inch charge.
Yeah. But it's certainly a tactic of, if you want to get that big boss out of the way so you don't get a 4-up ward later in the game...
Is that the only way that they can get the
Yes.
war?
It has to be the general that calls it. The general is the Savage Big Boss.
Okay. The one problem if he does that, the Deceiver's dead, because there's 3 Wurgog Prophets. There's 3 Wurgog Prophets, and they're all going to be in range.
Yes. They will all stare at him, and I mean the Vermilord does have a 5-up, or a 5-up ward. And let's not forget Clan Eshin trait. Each Clan Eshin hero gets to pick a enemy hero to assassinate,
Yep.
and they get rerolls against them. Simple. So I would probably assume it's going to be on the big boss.
Yeah, which would make complete sense actually. If it was on the big boss.
Yeah. You've always got you've got 6 different sub-allegiance abilities within Skaven, depending on what models you take. And it's just keeping track of every single one of them. Yeah, reroll wound rolls for Clan Eshin heroes, not hit rolls.
Just wound.
Yeah.
Chat, if you want to get your Skaven on and win a Skaven army starter, and then some trees to go with the basin, you can potentially win an Echoes of Doom box. ! Battle box in the chat, we'll get you the details. You can email in for a free entry, details are in the command. Or you can donate to the channel, and every time you donate, it adds entries into the draw, which will be happening on tomorrow, after Game 5. So I'll do the draw tomorrow, Game 5. Why is it so... The heck? There we go. It was huge.
Right, so it looks like we got the shooting coming out here, going into the first unit of the balls.
AB Anthelium, thank you very much for gifting 5 subs. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, take some money. Thank you. I'm sure Kerry will very much appreciate your money. Yeah, if you have been gifted a sub, please come in and say thank you very much. So Jack giving Johnny first turn helps nullify a turn of potential shooting from those Jezzails.
Yeah.
Also stops the double turn of the Jezzails and potentially makes you double turn on the Jezzails.
Yeah. I've got to assume that's what he's going for. Simply because moving your pigs into a way that all those Jezzails have line of sight is not good. It's not what anyone wants. But I guess he is hoping for that double turn on there to be able to, even with a double turn, he might smash through the first layer of clan rats on the first go.
Yep.
Then he's got the rat ogres to answer to,
Yep.
which are far more powerful, and he's not getting through to those Jezzails until turn 3 at least.
Yep.
And
sorry,
and even then he's got the Overwatch fire to go for as well when he finally charges in. Yeah.
30-inch range on them, so there's a pretty substantial range.
I mean, if they stand still, they're getting rerolls to hit.
Yep.
If the Scryer hero pops a Warp Stone, they're getting +1 to damage.
Yep.
And that's in addition to, the Bombardier's passive damage output from being ranged as well.
Yeah.
Even though he's only range 18. But what we want to see is we want to see those Wergrog prophets slowly wander up and start staring everything to death.
Yeah, one of the best thing about the Wergog is if you are at the start of the hero phase, if you've got an enemy unit within 12, you can stare it to death. You roll a dice, and you can take some mortal wounds on yourself and do a infinite amount of mortal wounds back. It's basically how that works. In fact, let's just get it.
Was that a miscast on the Deceiver?
Oh, potentially.
Or is that just a shiny pebble? I can't quite tell if it's a dice or a pebble.
That's a pebble.
That might be flaming weapon then, maybe.
Most likely. Here is the Wergog. It's all about that fanged maw. 2 attacks, 4s and 3s, no rend 1.
Absolutely.
No, it's all about that Wergog mask. So at the start of the hero phase, instead of attempting to dispel an endless spell or cast any spells with this unit, you can pick an enemy unit within 12 that is visible, roll a dice. On a 3-up, they take D3 mortal wounds. Every turn, every time you've done that, you can continue to try and do it again. And on a 3-up, you take D3 more, and then D3 more, and D3 more. If you roll a 1 or a 2, you take D6 though.
Yeah, which is why you put the glowing runes tattoo on for a 4-up ward against those mortals.
Yeah, on
that you're
one
doing
of them.
to yourself.
On 1 out of 3.
Yeah, I love the idea of it.
It's stupid.
I say it's not gone far enough. Take 6.
Just spam, what is it, 900 points into 6 Wargogs.
900 points and 6 Wargogs and nothing but naked bear boys. Just move it up as one big staring block.
Do you know what you could have done here?
Hmm?
You could have put all 3... Oh, no, you couldn't. I was going to say you could put all 3 on the line, pre-game move, and then stare them down.
Okay, it does look like we're into the Bonesplitter's turn now. Again, Ferocious Advance selected.
Yep.
It looks like he is going full-on Bonesplitters right into the enemy.
I mean, that's pretty standard.
Yeah, I mean, what else? But they can't exactly hold back, can they?
No.
I mean, they do have to be conscious about the Vermin Lord Deceiver being able to teleport onto an objective, and potentially stealing it from them.
In turn 2, on the yeah.
Yeah.
They move to the second circles that you can see in turn 2.
Yeah. So with these objectives, they're not actually there right now. Because this is turn 1, all the objectives are
Right in the corner.
right in the corner of the side of the board, but we've not put any on there because they moved turn 2. In turn 2, the 4 outer objectives will be the ones that score points.
Yeah.
And
and in turn 3.
Yeah.
And then turn 4, they all get removed, and a new one is set up in the middle. Now that is very important. Very important. Because you don't retain control of it or anything. You have to be in the middle of the battlefield to try and get that.
I've just noticed the Skaven gave himself 0 victory points for that round as well.
No, he's just not put his
Yeah, he's not put it in.
Neither of them have put their score in.
But they would have held the point. We can see the trail of giant rats up there. The Vermin Lord would control the other one, and he completed his Ferocious Advance. So he'd be at 4 points for that turn. So yeah, he'd be at 4 points for that turn. Just measuring out the range of those Jezzails. Just seeing where he can move those boar boys without being shot at next turn. Obviously, we've got 18 shots coming out of those Jezzails. Got potential immortals on each, even if they go through 2 damage apiece. Sure, the Bonesplitters have their 6-up ward. Is it going to realistically change much? No. A 6-up save isn't really going to save much on there. As we saw last turn, they took 4 pigs off with the shooting. Obviously, I don't quite know if he spiked any warp stones to get the extra damage on the Jezzails that turn.
No.
No?
Nope.
Lovely.
Hold 1, hold 2. No hold more though.
Yep. So 4 points.
Yep. And it'll be 4 points again from Jack.
Yeah. So we can see they've just been measuring out all the range from the Jezzails just so they don't get shot.
Sure.
I mean, the
There's
Jezzails,
30
of course,
inches.
can move up, but they lose reroll to hit.
Yeah, and that's insane.
It is when you're hitting on
4s. You can hit on 3s.
Yeah, you can all out attack 1 unit if you want, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly not a bad choice.
I don't think hitting on 4s is bad.
No, certainly not.
Even without the all-out attack, I think it's... I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised it's not 5s.
I mean, it's nice for some. Some are 2s, if you're playing Stormcast.
Or they're 3s and 2s.
It's already more than enough for them.
You do pay the points, though. Yeah, so Johnny's just there going, yep, I do have shots, I have targets to go for.
Yeah, of course. He's got the first... I mean, he's got the Savage Big Stabber if he really wants, which you can see the first Savage Big Stabber has charged the Clan Rat.
Actually.
We're going to have the unit of pigs going into the second unit of Clan Rats.
Also naturally.
I'd imagine they're probably not calling the Savage War this turn.
What, for the one guy?
Sorry,
Literally one guy.
No, there's pigs. And the one stabber.
The one stabber and
Yes.
the pig.
Yes, I'd heavily imagine that they are not going to be big wiring or savage wiring.
So what does the Savage War exactly do for you?
4 up ward save across the army?
Is that it?
Yep.
Nothing else?
Nope. Well, Bone Splitters, mate. Simple.
Nothing else?
Nothing
Wow.
else. And it's not even for a whole turn, it's just that phase. And it has to be a con phase, it can't be a shooting phase. Just combat. That's it.
That is... that is a thing.
Yeah. It's... I mean, you compare them to some of the other wars, not great.
No.
I mean, to be fair, actually, if you do get all into combat, it is really good. So
Oh, it's a really good... Yeah.
It is.
You've got to get everything into combat.
it's just a shame that, number one, your general has to be alive, and your general's a naked guy with a 6-up save and
Yeah, of course.
and 4 wounds, or 5 wounds, sorry. Unless you also gave him the glowing tattoos, which he didn't.
No, he gave the glowing tattoos to somebody else.
Oh, with good reason. Good reason.
Oh,
for that.
definitely. Most definitely. Anyway,
Yep.
just realised we've got everybody else in the world is watching Worlds at the moment,
Yep.
but they haven't got Bone Splitters versus Skaven.
There is not a Bone Splitters or a Skaven in sight in that tournament.
The real MVPs, the best armies, right here, right now. What I can say is one of these will win.
Yeah. They may not be the strongest armies, but my word.
They're the funnest. What were the secondaries that they went with?
The secondaries, both of them went for the same one, which was... I think I said it while you were at the table.
Dorothy.
Both of them are Dorothy. Both of their generals are Dorothy. So you've got the Naked Big Boss and the Verminlord Deceiver. Both of them have to be on the middle objective at the end of the game.
Which they're going to be anyway, aren't they?
As long as one of them doesn't die, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's where they want to be.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's where they want to be. It's a case of, is the Savage Boss going to last long enough? As we can see with the movement of the pigs, the Savage Big Boss is now even more exposed if Skaven get the next turn. He is right at the back with nothing to protect him. No, he's...
oh, it's this one with the axe.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the glowing tattoos prophet over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, if you do that, you're opening yourself up to a position where you can't necessarily assume that the Verminlord's going to be alive by the end of it. Because not only have you got a couple of big stabbers there to be able to throw some more mortal wounds into you, but you have also got 3 Wargog Prophets that will just blast you out of the sky.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely a bit of a suicidal move. But it's all about removing that 4-up across the army ward save for a turn where maybe you're all in the middle.
Yeah.
That's when your Jezzails are not going to be hurting stuff on the turn where... Well, they will be hurting stuff because you're going to call it in the combat phase. So really the only things that are actually hampered are the Rat Ogres and the Verminlord by the Savage Orcs traits. But still, nice to take it away.
That's only for 1 turn.
Yes. It's still nice to take it away from them, you know?
Oh, this game that we play called Warhammer.
It will be interesting to see, with the double turn, can the Bone Splitters put off enough pressure to get themselves in and stop the Skaven moving forward?
Potentially. Look at this. Skaven gun line. Oh.
You love to see it. Absolutely love to see it.
It'll be interesting, though, if if Johnny does win priority and decides to take the turn off. Johnny ends up with first turn, basically. Would he take it? I don't think Jack's quite moved up the battlefield enough yet for him to take
I
it.
mean, you've got the obvious thing. You can shoot the big stabbers. You can shoot into that unit of pigs that's at your front door.
Yeah.
And, make your screen survive another turn.
Yeah.
But you've also got to consider... I mean, we're a while away from turn 4 where it does go into the middle.
Yeah.
But you've still got to consider moving up still. At some point, you're going to have to move. In fact, you're not with those Giselles, are you? You're not going to have to move up at all.
fact, if
Your
you're
screens and your ogres will have to move up at some point.
Yeah.
To actually put some pressure on that middle objective. And when those rat ogres get into combat, that's when the pain's going to start. And this is why I say it's probably not worth ditching your general. In fact, it might be, because you deny Slay the Warlord to them if you do it in your turn.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't really have enough combat prowess to take out the Vermin Lord in your turn, I think, if you kill the Savage Boss. It's because they've chosen this extra secondary objective as well, and he needs it to survive for all the extra points. He kind of can't be that haphazard about throwing the Deceiver in.
Oh. Oh.
They're borrowing a cup.
Dramatic effect on the turn 2 priority. Here we go. They borrowed a dice cup for the stream.
Oh, they're doing it all at all. I don't know whose dice was whose.
The red one is Jack's dice, I believe, the Bonesplitters.
Okay, so the Bonesplitters get priority going into turn 2.
Yep.
Nice. Very nice. Definitely something. Again, you do make a good point. There's maybe he does give it away again.
I think you give it away, because then what you do. So okay, if you give it away in turn 2, yeah, you are denying your opponent a double turn, and you are setting yourself up for a double turn, which is the most important bit, I think.
I think we're just getting a bit of measuring just to see where he potentially could get in this turn.
I think you give it over. I think you do what you did last time. You just give it back over. Because what do the Jezzail shoot? The boys in combat. Wow.
Boys in combat? Well, one unit can shoot to the boys in combat. You can start moving those ogres up. You can retreat the skate. You can retreat the clan rat shield to let those ogres through.
You definitely can. But then, what are you trading here? Is my question.
What are you trading?
You're trading a unit of manic boys for a potential double turn. You're also trading. You're stopping your opponent having 2 turns of Jezzail shooting at you, and the rat ogres being able to do what they want for 2 turns.
So, I mean, there's definitely advantages to both. There is advantages to both here. I'm almost struggling a little bit to see what the Bonesplitters can do with this turn when they really want the double. They really want the double here.
I don't think they do anything with this turn.
No.
I think they give it away.
All they're getting is rat.
I mean, this is a double turn for the Bonesplitters, but you don't need it at this point.
Yeah. You want the next turns.
Yeah, you want turn 2 into 3, or 3 into 4.
Yeah. Because this is obviously the longest deployment style as well. Those ball boys have got a lot further to go than usual.
Yeah.
So what? It's 60 inches across compared to the usual 44 from the traditional way.
Yeah. It's 60 inches on the long edge, 44 on the other.
Yeah.
But he has taken the turn.
Okay, he's decided it was worth it, and he's gone for broken ranks. I imagine that'll be on the clan rats that are already in combat.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's a thing.
So, I don't know how many the Boars managed to kill last turn. It doesn't look like too many were taken out.
There's so many different rats there.
No, it's just one unit of 20, because you've got the second unit of 20 down here, and you've got the third unit of 20 up there.
Right, okay, I see what you're saying.
So, there's... I don't know how many they managed to kill last time, but let's not forget, Bonesplitters don't have any rend. So, it'll be what mortals they could have put out.
Yeah.
And then the Skaven has still got a 5-up save against that.
Yeah.
Which, considering it's a clan rat, a 5-up save is pretty good. Of course, the Skaven, as of current, cannot give themselves all-out defense because the shields are on the profile giving +1 to save rolls.
Ah, okay.
Which, from what we've seen on community posts, I believe is maybe changing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll be honest with you, I can't remember the last time I looked at the Warhammer community website outside of an FAQ.
God, it's kind of like the same thing that happened with Nighthawk last game. You know, you get the benefit of getting +1/+2 save rolls. You get the not benefit of you can't benefit from all-out defense.
Yeah, you've already got it. Yeah, it's the similar sort of thing with the ethereal stuff. But this game is starting to ramp up I mean, it's going to take its time. Turn 1 is always going to be a slow one. Turn 2, when we're getting into position. Turn 3, I think we'll start really seeing the pain. Or potentially, if Johnny manages to double turn here, we'll see some damage coming out from him turn 1. Oh, sorry, in turn 2. And then be able to sweep up a couple of things in turn 3. I think it really does depend on how Jack manages to position. Can he just keep Johnny away from this center objective down here long enough for it not to matter if he loses his whole army, because he's held this the whole game?
I see them, the first unit of boars managing to conga line down the bottom.
Yep.
Trying to draw a bit of line of sight maybe from them Jazales as well across the terrain. And don't forget, with forest rules, you can't shoot throughout 2 inches of it.
Well, they might not be playing them.
Yeah, they might not be using the rules for forests, but it certainly is a thing. If you were using the forest rules, you can't shoot throughout 2 inches of wildwood or forest.
What? You can moan all you want, Alex. Yeah, so they might not be playing those rules, which is absolutely fine. They might also be cracking on. Johnny just nipping off for a moment and letting Jack do his movement, because can't really cheat. You're on live stream. Although we have definitely seen it before.
Yes. 40k again.
Just over 2 hours left.
I don't foresee this game going the full 2 hours, personally.
There's a lot of models on the table, Mike.
There is a lot. It's going to be interesting to see if these pigs make this charge. I think that's going to be fairly crucial in making sure that they can achieve this broken ranks.
Alex is entertaining himself. One of the things about being a TO is that you have all this prep to do, and then you have like the manic start to the day. Then you have 3 hours where you can just chill out a little bit. Then you've got the manic 20 minutes of lunch, and then you chill out a bit. You've got the manic 30 seconds of game 2 to 3. And then you just sort of sat there going, do you know what? All I've got to do is input some numbers at the end of the day, and then I can go and get hammered. That's basically how it works.
No, it's just measuring up to make sure nothing can come through those gnaw holes and claim the objectives at the back.
Yeah, but I mean, there is still the Skitter Leap available.
There is the dreaded Skitter Leap available.
Do you think we're even going to see it happen?
I can't help but feel like yes. I mean, if all of these HQs, obviously those HQs are going to stand there until the end of the fight where the objective's in the middle, and then they're like, I'm going to stare at you if you come onto this objective.
Yeah, they're just going to jump.
Yeah. And I think at that point, you might throw the Vermin Lord into the back.
Yeah.
The Vermin Lord Deceiver does have a decent profile, all things considered, for Escape, for an old book.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly bring him up. So, you know, if he does manage to get his flaming weapon off, it'll be on the Warp Stiletto. Even when he, you know, teleports, he can throw his Doom Star. It's only one basic star, but it could do a little bit of damage. But then if he charges in with the Warp Stiletto, he's got, you know, 6 attacks at 3s and 2s if he's not bracketed at all, at -3 rend, which, you know, they've only got a 6 up save at best anyway, so they're going straight through to their ward. And because of his relic, if he can fight before the war is called, you know, that should be a very, very dead Savage Big Boss. Because he is also re-rolling those wounds against him because of the Eshin traits. He's also -2 to be hit in with shooting. I don't think the Savage Orcs actually have any shooting in this, because the Mask Staring is not counted as a shooting weapon. It is a ability.
Correct.
But he does have that 5-up mortal wound save.
It's not a once per game combat phase 4 up there, is it?
It is not. It is not at all. Right, so what are we seeing here? We've done all the movement. Are we getting some charges come out? Yeah. So that is the bottom load of boars are in. The middle load of boars are going in on that unit of Clan Rats too. I'm hoping. Well, I don't know if I'm hoping because I support the Skaven. They should absolutely tear through that shield of Clan Rats.
You think they're actually that's gonna happen though?
It is tough because they just don't have rend. They have no rend.
They just suck.
But we don't know if the Prophets got any of the glowing tusk spell onto the boars.
Oh yeah. What does the glowing tusk spell do?
The glowing tusks. Oh, I can't remember if it's actually called glowing tusks at this point.
Search for tusks.
I'm flicking through the book. Bear with me. Flicking through the book.
To the right. You need it.
Oh, it's all the way over there. It's all the way in that stuff. Savage Beast Law. There we go. Glowy green tusks. It gives the mounts 2 rend.
Damn. Anything else?
No. It just gives the pigs -2 rend, which is the best rend in the army. So you remember last game where you said the mounts usually do more than the people on top?
Oh yeah.
Boneplitters, it does.
It'll be the other way round this time.
Yeah. What they can also do, the other spell that the Savage Prophets picked was the War Cry. That is, as we got again last game, fight last.
Yep.
It's only a 12-inch range, so probably didn't get that one off this time, but it's something to consider for, again, turns 4-5, where that objective is in the centre. They can move that up and start saying, "Now my pigs are attacking first."
Yep, absolutely.
So it's also worth saying, I believe on the charge, these are maniacs.
These ones are, yes.
Yeah, I believe they also get a bonus on the charge. Yeah, +1 attack to the riders, and +1 to hit and wound rolls. So the pigs, if they did get the rend spell off,
Yeah.
are actually 3s and 3s -2/1.
There's still a kind of like in
So they're not half bad in combat. They get 3 attacks each with those hooves. So even with the 5 that are in, we've got 15 attacks at 3s and 3s -2. So that'll go straight through a clan rat.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the screens have done their job. They've stopped them getting where they want to for 2 turns.
Yeah.
But what Jack has done here is he's managed to position himself right in the center of the board, ready for like turn 3 and 4, and tried to just push Johnny back into his deployment, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's all going to come next turn when we find out what damage those Jezzails are going to do.
Yeah, he's got 3 units of 6.
Yeah.
So he's got 32 shots, 36 shots.
But once that screen of clan rats is down, it's the rat ogres that are going to go in and do the work. Like the damage that rat ogres can put out is ridiculous. And if those rat ogres get in, that is when I would blow my 4-up ward.
Yeah.
You do not want the rat ogres damage going through. Because as I said, they've got exploding hits on 6s.
Yeah.
So especially if you get the Rabid Fury. Oh, we're getting a nice view close on the action.
Nip to the view close.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
look at this.
there's some butts. Some butts and rats.
Some rats. No, it's boots and cats move.
You can even
It's not butts and rats.
butts and rats. You can even see they've got one of the Underworld warbands standing in as a clan rat.
Oh,
We're going on a journey.
we're going on a trip. That's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one. Because we can see them all from this end.
So yeah, if those rabid rat ogres get in at 6 attacks each, it'll be 3s and 3s.
Yep.
Re-rolling wounds, -1 rend, 2 damage, exploding on 6s.
Yep.
You have to pop your 4-up ward if they get in. Otherwise, there is a good chance your pigs are literally dead meat. Yeah, the Drazails only get 1 attack apiece, so 16 shots.
I mean, it's a thing.
Yeah.
I was getting us some snacks.
Oh.
I did leave a note.
Right, so we went on combat down at the lower lot of rats first of all. It looks like the rats down there are now about half strength, and now we're piling in with the maniacs in the middle. Right, so we're now getting the hit rolls into that middle unit of clan rats. See those lovely expensive Skaven dice in the background as well. Those will set you back £80 a pop at the moment on the second-hand market. Really want some. Can't afford them.
Amazing, man.
Right, so rolling out the saves.
Yeah, so, I mean, are the screens gone, Moog? Do you think?
The
this
bottom
turn?
screen has lost about half the clan rats.
Yep.
I'd say if they did manage to get the spells off for the rend and such on the middle rats, or on one of the pig units, then that should be the middle one majorly gone here. I'd imagine that they command point any rats that aren't here to stay.
Just to deny a battle tactic.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I said earlier, this is going to open up for the rat ogres, which is a world of pain.
Open up as in like a world of pain towards Jack from Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rat ogre's damage potential is
Have we
ridiculous.
looked at the rat ogres yet? The war scroll or
I
not?
have not brought it up. I've described it, but I have not brought it up. So we're assuming that next turn, these bad boys do make it into the combat. So at first, it might not look crazy. Yes, the rat ogres do have guns. A 16-inch one-shot on 5 and 3s. Surprisingly, when I use them, they're actually usually pretty effective.
D3 damage is nice.
Yeah, certainly is at range. You don't not take them. But it is the 4 attacks on 4s and 3s. 3s because they're near a Master Moulder, which gives the +1 to hit buff. 3s, re-rolling all fails because of the Relic of the Rabid Crown. -1, 2 damage, and every 6 to hit is 2 hits instead of 1.
Smoke.
Yeah.
Can they get any better rend by any means?
No, they don't get better end, but that's 4 in that unit. So you're looking at 16 attacks, and then you've got all the explosions. Or if you've got the Rabid in, that is 6 attacks per ogre. So it stacks up fast.
What about, is there any warp stone that the Molder can chew or anything to buff them?
No.
Oh.
The Moulder does what he does. All his abilities are just like passive auras for them, essentially. He also doubles their bravery, so from 5 to 10. Which, you know, you don't ever look at that. So yeah, here we see it on the screen. So they can heal pack models, which again does include the rat ogres. If they take some wounds, they can heal them back up. Add 1 to hit rolls for any pack units. The only pack units in the game are rat ogres and giant rats.
Nice.
Unfortunately, your Hell Pit Abominations do not benefit from these rolls, even though it totally should. Double their bravery, and then the best command ability in the game, unleash more beasts. So basically, on a 5-up, because they haven't taken the relic to improve it, when a pack unit is destroyed, so as I said before, rat ogres or giant rats,
Yep.
just replace them in your territory by the board edge. Just bring them back.
So you have to spend a CP and roll a 5-up.
It is unfortunate, yes. Like it is not quite as good as the Soulblight Gravelord one, where you just do it every turn for free and get modifiers.
Yeah.
But the benefit of this one is you can use it in every single phase of the game. because it doesn't specify a phase you have to use it, and as long as you don't use the same one in each phase, or the same one multiple times in a phase, you can do
Hang
it.
on, what you're telling me is they could kill you here a phase, spend a CP, bring it back.
Yes.
Kill you in the same unit that you just summoned in the shooting phase.
Yes.
CP, spend it back.
Yes.
That's grim.
As long as you keep rolling those as long as you have enough CP, and you keep rolling those 5s or 6s, you can keep bringing them back, endlessly. And they retain all the same, it specifies on the scroll, all the same buffs of the original unit. So the mutations that they had, comes back with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It specifies the exact same unit.
That's pretty good.
I do believe. Identical to the one damage, yeah. Right, so far it doesn't look like the whole screen of clan rats has been destroyed, but I'm sure they've got the second unit of pigs to go. They've also got the, upper clan rat unit currently in combat.
Yep.
I think that one looks like it's taken a bit of casualty by the looks of it. Doesn't look like there's 20 there, certainly.
Not enough.
No. There's a few more going. Or are they piling in?
What you've done is you got rid of the screens, Jack. So if you don't get double turned, you can get through to the Jezzails next turn, maybe.
You still got them rat ogres to go for.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is what I say. This turn, they have. If I was the Skaven coming into this turn, this is the point where you have to make a decision with your Vermin Lord Deceiver. If you want to Skittle Leap that bad boy back and take out that savage big boss before he can call the 4-up ward to protect them from rat ogres, then
Yep.
That's ideally the play you'd need. In my opinion.
Tom Patton has been defeated in under an hour and a half by Long Strikes and Bastion. Doesn't surprise me. The man is playing Gargant.
Oh, that's Stormcast, isn't it?
And Bastion is a target. Is a direct counter to Gargant. Because at the start of each hero phase or shooting phase, you pick a unit, roll a number of wounds number of dice equal to its wounds characteristic, and every 6 is a mortal wound.
Mm-hmm. It's real fun Stormcast stuff. I'm shocked that Vanguard Raptors did not get anything in this pack. Honestly.
Yeah.
They are in every single Stormcast list that is here today. Not a surprise. Too efficient.
They're great. But they are 600 points for 6.
Easily make their points up in the first turn regardless.
480.
Because you know why? They're in a 1-drop battalion.
Not
and
always.
they get to shoot twice. It's a bit
Only
silly.
once. Only once a turn. Once a game. Shoot twice.
That's all you need it for.
You could be Marathian bow snakes. And be able to shoot every turn. Twice.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So they still haven't fully taken out any of those screens. They can only Inspiring Presence one of them. Skaven, of course, do have a terrible, terrible bravery, and since it was only a unit of 20,
they will Inspiring Presence the one that had Broken Mount selected on them.
Absolutely. I don't know if the final unit of pigs has made it in and fought yet. I mean, I'd assume that they have, because otherwise you probably wouldn't leave the ones right by them to let them all attack.
Yeah.
There again, that is assuming that was the one picked for Broken Ranks.
Yeah.
But yeah, regardless, the other Skaven are probably fleeing. I believe their bravery is a base of 4. Off the top of my head.
Rat, that high. Yeah.
Bravery 4 base. But Skaven do have special rules for bravery. Whereas in every other army you would add +1 to bravery for every 10 models in a unit.
Yeah.
With Skaven you add 2. So if you had a high number clan rat, like a 60 block, and you lost 10, you ain't caring, you got 14 bravery.
So you had 1 for every 5 that you've got, basically.
Yeah.
No, you had 2 for every 10.
Yeah, you had 2 for every 10. So if you lose 10, you've still got 14 bravery.
Wait, what?
If you're in a block of 60.
Oh, okay.
Because you've got 10 times 5, which is plus 10 bravery on their original 14.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Right. So if they've got 10 in the unit to start with, they're bravery 6, not bravery 4.
Just 10, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, you have to start off with 20. So you're always at bravery 8 at the start. But they drop like flies. They're clan rats.
And Clan Rat's battle line are rubbish, aren't they? The choices. You get Storm Vermin. Basically, you get Storm Vermin or you get Clan Rats.
Skaven list building is extremely limited. Across every single list you build, you can choose clan rats or storm vermin.
Or, if you're exclusively Eshin,
If you're exclusively one clan, you unlock different battle lines. So if you're exclusively Scryer, you have the choice of acolytes and storm fiends. Yeah. In which case they become battle line, but then you can't have any unit that isn't Scryer in that list. Apart from... that's a lie. You can have a Master Clan unit as long as it's your HQ and all other units are Scryer.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, for Pestilence, you unlock Plague Monks and Plague Censer Bearers. For Moulder, you unlock Giant Rats and Rat Ogres.
Yep.
For Eshin, you unlock Gutter Runners and Night Runners. Lord help you if you're running Mono Eshin, though. You're a braver man than anyone in this world if you're running Mono Eshin at this point.
Are they really that bad?
Yes. Yes, they are. Beyond bad is what I'd say. There's probably a reason you see no one really ever run Eshin.
Gotta love a good gutter runner.
Yeah. The gut runners at least have their use if they can kind of like pop up somewhere. Yeah, they can infiltrate on the battlefield at the start. Not more than 9-inch, but maybe if you're running a mixed clan unit and you have like 80 points to spare. Right, so we're now into the Skaven turn.
Yep.
We've taken Monstrous Takeover, so that'll be the Vermin Lord has to go somewhere.
He can just walk onto that objective next to him.
Yeah. The Giant Rats have come down. I think we're retreating all of the...
Or he skitter leaps over here. And then gets hold 1, hold 2, hold more.
Not entirely sure how he has maintained all of these units of Clan Rats. Maybe he rolled exceptionally on Bravery. It looks like there actually wasn't too much damage done to that top unit.
Unfortunate.
So, no, he did not score broken ranks. Very unfortunate. So now, exactly as predicted, we start seeing those Rat Ogres coming down. They're going to swing into whatever units, and this is the point where, yeah, I expect the 4+ War to be called here.
Naturally.
And then this will be really telling. These Rat Ogres need to pump out a lot of damage this turn. Because Rat Ogres, obviously one unit has been made tougher, but they've got a 5-up save and 4 wounds each. They're not massively tanky. Again, probably should be glad that Bonesplitters aren't massively damagey, so...
Yeah, this is definitely like... I'm going to say they're probably the lowest couple of tier armies that we've had here over the weekend.
Yeah, I think it's...
Looking at the lists. But the fact that they're managing to be 1-on-1 is insane.
I mean, the fact that he beat Stormdrake Guard game 1 just attests to what Skaven can do if if you've got a competent general, you roll well,
The perfect
and
battle
the battle plan lines up. Not bring anything out about the player. Obviously, it takes a considerable amount to still be able to beat the 4-dragon
Yeah.
thing with Skaven. See, the deceiver must come across.
Or, sorry, equally, managing to beat double Maw Crusher with Bonesplitters.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised that happened. I honestly am. But yeah, it must have been the Maw Crushers came in against. They must have got the big stabbers in against them. On the turn where the Maw Crushers got in, must have called the 4-up war.
Yeah.
It's knowing when to hold this, and then once that Maw Crusher's in, and if you can bog them down that one turn and then get the priority into the next, and just stare them to death. The Ironjaws don't have any mortal wound save.
Yeah, the Wargog's probably did quite a lot of lifting, actually. It'd be nice to be able to talk to him and find out exactly what did the heavy work there for him.
Yeah. No, I'd imagine it got bogged down and then stared to death. Which I really enjoy the thought of. And, I mean, the fact that he's here on 1-on-1 brings me no end of delight. I don't know who I'd rather win this game. Skaven because I'm a big Skaven fanboy, or Bonesplitters because they are pretty much the lowest of the low, and to see them get more wins would just make me really happy. If they could go like 3-2 or 4-1, I'd be so happy. Oh, imagine they went 4-1.
And podiumed.
Oh, I'd be so happy with that performance.
Well, what we can guarantee is that one of these players will win.
Yeah. It now looks like we're into the shooting phase. We've already seen 1 pig disappear. Well, 1.5 pigs disappear.
Yeah.
They 3 wounds each, these pigs as well. So it will take some decent chewing through a unit having 30 wounds and having that 6-up ward as well.
Are they the Skaven dice?
Yes, I did mention this again while you were off. This is the official expensive Skaven dice. I believe you got 20 in a pack, and currently to buy them, it is about £80 pre-owned. And I really, really want a set. But I can't spend £80 on 20 dice. I need to spend £80 on 4 plastic rats instead, or 4 metal rats.
Clearly the better choice.
Yeah, I need 1 unit of Sky Acolytes. That'll set me back like a nice, ridiculous amount of money.
Buy Plague Monks, buy BBs. Done.
No, I mean everyone in there. Usually everyone will convert up Sky Acolytes anyway out of Plague Monks. I mean, and we can see in this list, Jezzails are not cheap either. And in this list, it has been Plague Monks that have been converted into Jezzails.
Yep.
I believe it's literally just a Plague Monk with their hand cut off and replaced with one of the
Admech guns.
And then given a little stand. I've not really seen Plague Monks used for it all for conversions. It's usually Storm Vermin I see. And certainly my ones are Storm Vermins.
I think they're about the same price, aren't they?
No. Storm Vermin are £37.50 for a box of 20. Plague Monks are 20 something.
For a box of 20.
Yeah. Or you buy the Start Collecting box and get thousands.
You get 20 in there.
Yeah, you get 20, but you get a Bell and a Warp Lightning.
Yeah, but you might not need those.
You always need more.
I've not seen a single Bell or Warp Lightning on this table.
Not on this table, but there is a Bell somewhere in this room.
Yeah, I think one of the Great and Clean ones is carrying it.
No, there is a Screaming Bell over on that table over there. I know there is.
Yeah. the Ringer army or the Spare Player army is bringing Skaven.
Yeah.
Which is fair play. So, obviously this is a turn in hand here for Johnny, and Monstrous Takeover has been achieved because all he's done is walked on the Deceiver onto his objective there in the bottom left-hand side of the screen.
Yep.
He's going to be holding 1, holding 2, so there's going to be another 4 points here for Johnny, so he will take the lead going 8-6.
Yep.
And the reason for that is Jack didn't manage to get broken ranks in turn 2, which is unfortunate, but I think fair to say expected.
So I think we've just ended the shooting phase here. I think he's throwing his warp stiletto at the pig. Not warp stiletto, his doom shuriken, sorry. At the final pig in the unit that the Jezzails have chopped away at.
Hour and a half left to play.
Hour and a half left before it's time to sleep. I have had multiple offers of eating engagements this evening as well. Everything from a simple Chinese takeaway through to Korean barbecue.
Korean barbecue.
Korean barbecue has been offered.
we'll talk about this afterwards. Because if that's one where I grill myself, yeah, as we see
Wait,
here.
you don't put yourself on the grill, mate.
Well, I might. Never say no to eating yourself.
Yeah, smoke.
Right, so here we go. Rat Ogres as guest going in. We've now seen 1 unit of 10 boars reduced to 1 pig on 1 wound.
But that doesn't really strike me as quite enough damage. Like, surely out of 18 Jezzails, you'd have more damage.
Actually, I believe there might have been a whole unit of pigs down here that got obliterated as well.
yeah, there was. Yeah, never mind.
So they're going to finish off that pig. It's only 2 big stabbers. I'm hoping the clan rat finishes off that last pig just so we can ascend to warlord or something. Of course, as we know, every Skaven believes he is the best.
Yes.
And if he kills a pig, no doubt, warlord of the clan.
Yeah. Hey, Stress, how's it going? Pleasure to see you. Hope you're doing well. And he says if you've not had Korean barbecue before, go and do a Korean barbecue.
I'm looking for recommendations on the menu. If you have a favourite Korean dish.
I have never had Korean barbecue before.
It looks like we go for Korean barbecue.
Did you just pat my belly?
Yeah.
Korean fried chicken and
KFC.
blue ogre.
KFC. You can have a bit of KFC.
You're welcome. I bought the Tio a pair of drinks. He was looking thirsty. Yeah, okay, so the Rat Ogres go in. Do they demolish them here?
It entirely depends on if the Savage War is called.
Oh, sorry.
If the Savage War is called, no. If the Savage War is not called, it depends on if he's in range of the... I can't see where the Master Moulder's gone to.
Bulgogi. Fair enough. The Master Moulder is here.
Can't quite see where he's... Is that the Master Moulder?
Isn't it?
Or is that the... that might be the Bombardier.
Do you know what? I'm just going to go to the table and check. Simple.
But if you can find out if the Savage War was called as well, that would be very helpful, because if not, I'd imagine that those Rat Ogres probably kill about half that unit on activation, maybe more, depending on how many sixes we get. I will happily try some bulgogi stress, and I mean, I am fussy, I'll eat anything. No kimchi though. But yeah, certainly that 1 pig at the bottom is absolute char siu. That one there, absolutely gone. Without a shadow of doubt. It's all going to come to activating this unit first and taking out as many pigs as possible. I say on average, easily 5-6 pigs dead. Depends entirely on if that Savage War is called. Then we've got, I think, going into turn 3, we've got draws are won by the Bonesplitters player, but if the Skaven manage to double turn this, then the Jezzails focus all of their fire into this here. What does the Bonesplitters realistically have left apart from 1 unit of 10 pigs and 1 unit of the 3 Wargogs to try and stare the rest of the army down?
I have news from the tabletop.
Yes.
News from yonder!
Yes.
The news from the yonder is, in fact, indeed, what I pointed out, the guy with the marble next to him is the Master Molder.
He is the Master Molder.
And the Warlock Bombardier is off to the back right of the camera.
Okay, yeah.
And a war was called this turn.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he had to, else he was dead.
Yeah, absolutely. So my initial prediction would be 5 to 6 pigs dead without the war.
Yeah.
Because I really rate the damage that...
Now it's 2 to 3, is it?
Yeah. I'd say it should now be 2 to 3. It depends entirely on how much spike those Rat Ogres get with their exploding 6s. A 4-up save, so 50% of the damage won't go through.
Yep.
So
Well,
it looks...
statistically, like there's obviously the position that dice are in this game. Things can happen. Also, nope, wrong camera. All sorts of stuff. I should have moved that whilst I was over there.
So it looks like 2 pigs died and 1's on a wound. So almost 3 pigs, as I guessed.
Yeah.
So almost certainly that would have been 5, 6 pigs dead without.
Yeah. I mean, you've not really got a lot left actually on the tabletop for Jack. Looking at it, have you?
No.
Because has he overcommitted his units too early?
I think so.
Do we think he should have given the turn and then double committed, hoping for a double after that?
Yes. He needed a way to get through that screen in one turn and double turn the next into getting as much as he could into the Rat Ogres.
Yeah.
The Clan Rats are inconsequential at the end of the day. No one cares about Clan Rats. It's entirely on if you could wrap those pigs and get into the Rat Ogres that are going to do the main source of melee damage.
Yeah.
And you have to realise that because you're Bonesplitters and you've got a Rubbish War, that you have to use your War whenever you get into combat with those Ogres. The problem is, if he doesn't wipe this unit of Ogres, I don't know if this is the tough unit of Ogres or if this was the Rabid unit.
Tough. Rabid.
Okay, so the Rabids went in. Yeah. He's not going to have this 4-up war anymore, and if a unit of Rat Ogre survives and still gets in, it's still going to pump a lot of damage. He needed the turn where he was getting into combat with all of those pigs to be the turn where he took those Rat Ogres out. Other than that, unfortunately for him, because the Skaven player did screen really well with the layers of Clan Rat, Rat Ogre, Jezzail,
yeah.
There's not much he could have done unless he had multiple ways ready to go in quick succession. Of which he needed the double turn from turn 3. He needed to play passively turn 2, then turn 3, charge up, get that double, turn 4, get the rest in.
This is the best situation for Johnny here, because if he gets the double, he's winning more.
Yep.
If he doesn't get the double, he's actually now got a screen of Clan Rats sat there waiting. And he's still got the ability to dreaded Skitter Leap, and he's still got the ability to go through a Gnaw Hole.
Yeah.
He can reposition his entire army from the bottom left-hand side of the screen, or the big key pieces.
Yeah. And now that the war's been called, it doesn't matter. You don't even have to worry about that big boss anymore.
Yeah.
So what do you use with it now? You deep striking behind, you try and take out some Wargogs instead now. Simple.
Or do you just ignore the Wargogs? Like,
I mean,
get rid of
what's
things
the range on the Wargogs? It's 12.
12.
Is it 12?
It's 12.
Yeah, I mean, until the point where in the middle and you have to go to them. But at that point, your Jezzails are shooting them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it was unfortunate for the Bonesplitters player that this was the mission with the longest movement that he got. That he got this mission. If it was any other mission, if it was like a staircase mission with the close deployments, or if it was, one of the ones where you can deploy 9 away, I'd say this would be a very different story. But simply because it was that long deployment, it really hurt him in the fight against 18 Jezzails.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, the moment you set the Wargogs up into a position where they are ready to do something next turn, they're just going to get shot off by Jezzails, right?
Yeah. Barring, your double turns where you're in position anyway. It was unfortunately, whilst, both of these are, quite low tierish armies, the battle plan really didn't help him here.
I mean, there's a couple of different tricks in both armies, right? Like, you've got the Jezzails to put out mortal wound output and decent damage regardless. You've got the Wargogs to be able to do all those mortal wounds and a potential once-a-game combat phase war of a 4-up ward. And then you've also got, don't get me wrong, the Bonesplitters army isn't slow. You've got the pre-game move for half your army, which you do on things like the Stabbers. Then you've got a 10-inch move on the Maniacs anyway. Like, it's a really reasonable amount of speed on them. The problem is they severely lack the damage output when they get to you, and they cannot, for the life of them, take a beating. What I would like to see them do, and this sounds really strange, give them like a 4-up ward for the entire game, but keep them with their t-shirt saves.
I don't know. 4-up ward's really too good.
But they've only got 1 to 2 wounds a model. Like, they're not
Pigs
exactly
have 3.
3 wounds on a pig. Like, you need to give them something.
No, 4.
Either give it savage offense and make them a true glass hammer. And I'm talking the ability to absolutely one-shot anything they want in the game, but they will fall over to a stiff breeze in return, or you have to give them some kind of defensive thing. At the moment, they don't seem to have either of it.
The problem is, whenever you do something for one of the Orc clans, you've got to consider Big War as well.
Just add it as an allegiance ability.
Unfortunately for the ward save, the glowing tattoos is what they get in Big War.
No, but what I mean is on the allegiance ability, maybe say add 2 to the rend of all Bone Splitters units in a Bone Splitters army. Or add 1, change the characteristic, improve the hit roll by 1 to all of this. You know, there's something you can do with the current book, I think, and there's ways to write it. Maybe they double their damage on the charge. That'd be it. Allegiance ability, when it makes a charge, double the damage.
I think they need at least a rend. Let's give them at least a rend.
Yeah, yeah. You've got. I think
the army has no rend.
When you look at a stat line, there are things to take into account, right? You've got your range, you got your attacks, hit, wound, rend, damage.
Yep.
One of those is your thing. I know that sounds. One of those should be your thing, whether that's a really long range, or really high damage, or really high rend.
What about this? Now consider. All of these are on cavalry bases.
Yep.
And you've got other units in the army, of course, but there's also more ball boys that you can take. Everything is 1-inch range in this army.
Yeah.
Why not? If they're so savage, you can fight all the unit at once, regardless.
Regardless of range.
Yeah. They're savage.
Potentially. Oh. Turn roll off into turn 3. We'll come back to this in a second.
Yeah. I think that, oh, that is a...
Skaven win?
I think that is a Skaven symbol. Which I think is a 6 on those dice.
Yep. I believe it was.
I mean, to be fair, with all them warpstone bits, I'm not entirely sure if that was a, a 6 or not. I feel like it was.
Yeah, it was. I believe so.
Yeah. I was going to say, if this was a Bone Splitters turn, after that fight back on the Rat Ogres, the Rat Ogre unit is almost dead. There's 1 left by the looks of it.
Yeah, they're not massively healed.
So, I mean, if they had managed to, no. If the Bone Splitters had managed to finish off that unit, I think they're unfortunately still tagged in by that, remnant of Clan Rat. I think they could have essentially managed to swing it so that they could get through there. Of course, they're gonna eat an Unleash Hell. No help in that.
And then they'll die.
Yeah. But you've also got this one. If they, manage to get enough movement to spike round there, potentially, and then you've got the next wave ready to go.
Not really much of a wave, though, is it?
It's not at this point, no. But it's probably the best that they could do.
Johnny did win priority, and I imagine Johnny's taking the turn. He is with Conquer.
He'll probably go Conquer on that top one, I assume.
Wait, no, it has to be one he doesn't control.
Oh,
So
I assume
it will
that
either
he
be
will...
this one or this one. So it'll be this one. He'll just dreaded Skittle Leap.
Yeah, he'll Skittle Leap onto that, maybe charge at the 7-inch.
There's only 4 models on there. He just needs to sit on it.
Can he get? Is he within the 7-inch on that bubble? He should be.
Yeah. I don't see why he wouldn't be.
Yeah.
The problem is the light that we've currently got here. There's a panel right above it. But the centre of the objective's here.
Yeah. Then it's 12 out from that, isn't it?
It's 6 out from
6
that.
out from that bit.
But
yeah.
that's about an inch. Just over an inch, I think. So I think it's literally by a millimeter or so that you've got the ability and the option to be able to do that.
He's then got the charge as well. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I
is
know.
it the one I would have picked immediately?
Honker now's the time to do it.
I
Because
mean, going into turn 4, Bonesplitters currently hold that. If it went into turn 4.
Johnny has a turn.
I know.
All of that in the middle is dead this turn,
I mean, probably, yeah.
right? And then you can put the toughened unit that you've got over here, can come up here and screen out this. They don't even need to go into combat, they can just run. Just run them up here, screen here. And then you can move anything else that you've got up this way. I reckon that's a dead unit of Boar Boys this turn in the centre. And the Savage Bone.
more than likely.
I really think that Jack will have left next to nothing at the end of this turn. Here you go. There's the 7-inch markers for the dreaded Skitter Leap. It went off.
Got the dreaded Skitter Leap off.
Bang. 5 models. Thanks for playing. 2 profits went the bottom way. 1 profit went the top way.
Oh, no. They're actually equal on that. Because there is the general right there as well.
He only counts as 2.
Oh yeah, the Savage big or 1 each. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted them to be more.
It's 5 versus 4. I mean, Johnny could genuinely call his turn and be fine, but he obviously won't.
Yeah, you want to get in and try and do as much damage to that Wogog before he stares you to death next turn.
Yeah, I think we'll see this unit dead this turn, this unit dead this turn. These move on to this way this turn. I mean, you got a couple of Savage Boar boys here. Just blink a couple of shots this way on them. They'll be fine.
I don't even know if you need to. I mean, it all depends on how much work the first 2 lots of Jezzails do into that big unit of pigs.
Yeah. Although you have still got some combat rats in there as well, so
yeah, you've got your 1.
There's no 4 award.
No, you're down to the 6 up for the rest of the game now.
And he's using his giant rats to screen. Perfect. So Johnny's pulled in those giant rats to the bottom left-hand side of the screen that we can see now. It means the Boar Boys aren't going to be able to get into those Jezzails this turn. They'll have to do it next turn if they're going to do it.
Retreat of the Rat Ogre.
Keep it alive. Again, if it doesn't go to plan, he's keeping a nice little 3-inch bubble or screen that you can't move into unless you charge.
Yeah, the Clan Rat's moving across, letting those ogres potentially charge into the Boar Boys as well.
Very possibly.
Of course, this unit of Rat Ogres not going to have as much output, but they've also got less to compete with in terms of the 4-up ward.
Yeah. I mean, a cheeky 3-inch charge right into the side of that, you're going to be fighting first, so if you can only have 1 unit in it, you've only got 1 unit in it.
Yep.
I imagine you run the Master Molder into a position where they're going to give them the...
oh yeah, he'll be in. It's a massive range.
That's a 5-inch redeploy.
Nice. Certainly is nice.
Wow, that is...
But it doesn't get them out of range of the of the Jezzails.
No, but it gets them out of the range of potentially being charged.
Yep. So that'll become an 8-inch charge now for those Rat Ogres. Or the Clan Rats. No, the Clan Rats must have retreated out of combat.
I think it's a 6 because of the trajectory and stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, the main threat of the Jezzails is still very much there. And I think they've lost all hope of ever getting into Jezzail combat now. They just have to deal with the peppering every single turn.
Yeah. Again, that remaining unit of Clan Rats off to the right, moving up there, just creating more space away from the objective, so there's not a sneaky Boar Boy or Savage Boy going onto it, and then shielding the Jezzails again. One of the benefits about this mission is people have to move towards the centre, and that really benefits an army that can sit back, castle up within range, and send some units out to go and tap the objective. Because what it means is Johnny can sit with his Jezzails where they are and just re-roll all his hits, not care, and just hit the centre objective when it matters.
It's going to be interesting to see what Bonesplitters can realistically do to keep the to try and gain some momentum and make sure that they hold that objective next turn. Obviously, they've still got a unit of 8 pigs. I want to say it's 8 or 7 pigs there.
Yep.
They've got another unit of 10 they can throw up, so that's still a good 40, 45, 40 something, maybe even 50 wounds worth of pig on the middle objective, of which the Skaven they're gonna have to walk up to it at some point if they want it. And what are you walking up with, Jezzails?
I don't think he needs it at this point. I know this sounds really weird, but if Johnny can continue to try and deny Jack's scoring on his battle tactics, and Jack ends up with hold 1, hold 2 this turn. In fact, he won't even. Jack has to kill the Deceiver to be able to get hold 1, hold 2. So he's going to be on hold 1. Let's say he gets his battle tactics, that's 3 points. That still puts him behind going into turn 4 when there's only 2 points available per turn for the mission. And I think it's just going to be Johnny doing battle tactics to stay ahead. Because at the end of this turn, Johnny will have 2 for Conquer, hold 1, hold 2, hold more, so that's 5.
Yep.
So he'll be on 13. Jack will probably be on 9. So he's already 4 points ahead. Johnny could genuinely just ride out battle tactics from here on out and be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even think there is a way of the Wargog Prophet doing enough in combat to realistically affect the Deceiver. I don't think the Wargog has massive output in melee.
I mean, he'll stare it down.
Maximum of 11, which is not enough to kill a Vermin Lord.
Depends if he gets a hero face stare first. They could. A 7-inch charge isn't a given.
No, you're not wrong. It's certainly not a given. But let's not forget that the Vermin Lord also has the 5-up save. Or the 5-up ward.
Yeah.
Embodying all that is good with the Great Horned Rat.
Naturally. Let's go to the top down. Yeah, it looks a different scope when you look at it from this position, doesn't it?
Mm.
The Wargog was unfortunately on the wrong side of history at this point.
Yeah.
On the bottom side of that pyramid.
Yeah, and now we can see that unit of pigs pew, shot by the Jezzails.
Yeah, it doesn't
so there's
surprise
one
me.
pig left. I'm probably assuming that they'll flee to Battle Shock at this point, if not command pointed.
Yep.
I've got to assume that Savage Orcs probably don't have the best bravery.
I imagine they're very similar to that of the
6.
Oh, they're not too bad
That's
then.
better than I thought, to be fair. But they have just lost 6, so unless they command point it, that final pig will flee.
(911).
So there go the big sticky boys. They're gone as well. So the middle is now the Skaven's game to do whatever they want with, essentially. We might see the other Jezzails start to move up a little bit to get into a position where they can shoot. Because obviously everything is, a little bit hidden by terrain. We've obviously still got the small unit of pigs up there as well.
Yeah.
Clan Rats might end up charging that and trying to do as much damage as they can. Which is probably not going to be very much if they do. They might just keep them there for the screen purposes.
Well, what
as
it
well.
would do, actually, is it would put them in a better position. Because they would be further away from the Maniacs.
Yeah, so the Deceiver's charged in. Of course, there's no way to unleash hell with the Bonesplitters. Will he go all on the sticks, or will he go all on the Wargog? The sticks, of course, could do decent damage to him in the combat, but the Wargog is going to probably... Never mind, there goes a stick with the stomp.
I mean, just stomping it.
Yeah, stomp for 3. Stomp for 3. And Vermin Lords do give out an aura of -1 bravery as well. So there is a chance the stick could fail. Just because it's lost 1.
Well, it's on a 5-up. 5 or a 6 we'll get rid of it.
Yep. So I'd imagine at this point that the rest of it probably goes into the Wargog, and he hopes that the mighty -3 rend against the Naked Boy 6-up save is enough to do it.
He has a 4-up ward, that one, though, because that's the one with the glowing tattoos.
He does have the 4-up ward. It's a shame he can't turn it off.
What can turn it off?
He's gone.
Oh, no. Did they even roll for it?
Yes, they did. He did not pass enough damage. Or pass enough saves against the Stiletto's damage.
Which is D3 plus 1, I believe, because of flaming weapon.
Yeah. Yes. Well, that is unfortunate. So the Vermin Lord probably not going to die the next turn now.
Yeah.
So that'll deny him even more points on the thing, on the objectives, because he won't be able to hold 2.
Yeah.
Unless those pigs swing round, and I don't think they've got the output to deal with the Vermin Lord, especially because it could finest hour.
I also don't think they've got the movement. So they move right back down the right hand side of the field. One, they're on the wrong side of history, but two, you can just redeploy closer to them.
No, it's unfortunately very, very hard to see the old Bonesplitters coming back from this at this point. I mean, they've got a unit of Rat Ogres to deal with. They've still got 18 Jezzails to deal with. They've got the Deceiver, who can instantly reposition himself as well. Let's not forget.
Out of combat as well.
Out of combat, but he's a 2-cast wizard. He can Arcane Bolt that off and then teleport himself away. So he'll still hold the objective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we saw it. Hold 1, hold 2, hold more. Battle tactic. A rally come back for the Boar Boys there. Getting 2 of them back. Conquer was Jack's chosen one as well.
He's going to go, I assume, just back for the... Well, he has to go back for the one where the Vermin Lord is. I don't think anything's got run and charge in the Bone. The Bonesplitters should at least have run and charge.
Yep.
There is so much Bonesplitters should have that they just don't.
What you can do with the Vice as well, guys, is if there is if it's your turn, right, and you win priority on the Vice in turn 4 when they all go into the middle, you can conquer because nobody claims it at that point.
Yeah.
And conquer is, I believe, choose one that you don't control.
I don't know if it's one that the enemy controls or one that you don't control.
Oh.
I do think it's one that the enemy controls.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think. I can't remember where we've put the cards with all the battle tactics on.
I don't have them. They're at home. Chat? Anybody in chat now? Conquer? Touchscreen, you know.
I know, but I'm not that fancy. Opponent controls.
Oh, okay. Shame. Shame.
Shame. Yes. Right, so we're going to see those pigs rotate top and try and get a charge.
Yeah, no redeploy here now because obviously the big boy is still in combat. But I can imagine maybe a stomp coming out on that unit of 1.
And don't forget, I don't think that Deceiver has used his relic yet. Because there was no reason for him to use it last
his
time.
fight first.
So even if he gets charged, he can fight those pigs first and try and do as much damage as possible.
And he's still got flaming weapon on him.
Yeah. So he'll be doing... obviously the Ren goes straight through the pigs, down to their 6-up damage save. But with any buffs, he should be 2s and 3s.
2s and 3s.
-3 rend, D3 plus 1 damage. Stomp for D3 wounds, or roar at them so they can't get any extras.
Nah, you just stomp the one that's got 1 wound left.
Oh, yeah.
Kill it. That's a model off the table.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're about to take 3 units, so you're not going to kill 2 of them, but what you can do is stomp the unit of 1, leave the unit of 3, and kill the unit of 10. What, are they 3 wins each?
Or do you potentially want to take out the 3 and stop them from getting rallied again?
No, if they're in combat with you, they can't rally.
Yeah, but what if you... I mean, if the Vermin Lord ends up dying.
It won't, because he pops his relic. So you ignore the 1, you ignore the big stabber,
Sorry, you stomp the big stabber, you ignore the 3, and you go all in on that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 maniacs. Maniacs have 2 wounds or 3 wounds?
3.
Ball boys 2 or 3?
Also 3, I believe.
Doctor, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. This is taking place at Element Games in the UK, so in Stockport. This is the UK's biggest tournament this weekend. So there are just shy of 80 players here.
Yes, they do indeed have 3 wounds apiece.
Say again, sorry.
They do indeed have 3 wounds apiece.
3 wounds and a 5 up save. So he's got Ren -2?
-3.
-3. So straight through the save. No amount of all-out defense is going to save you. And it's D3 +1 because flaming weapon's still on.
Yep.
What are we looking for here? Hello.
Skaven heroes can run away from combat, so he pops his relic and chooses to run away. He's flying, he can fly over the terrain.
He did mention that before the start of the game. Johnny, I remember him talking. Johnny did mention to Jack, he said, don't want to do a got you or anything, so I'm just going to tell you this now. I have a relic. I can't do it again. I can only do it once a game. And I can pop it to fight first. And he even said to him explicitly, what I will do with it is I will run away from combat.
Yep.
And he told him at the start of the game. What's he done? Ran away from combat. Has he given up Conquer? Yes. Has he made Jack move the majority of the rest of his army around the wrong side of that pyramid? Also yes.
He could have carried out a monstrous rampage before, I believe. But it doesn't really matter.
Actually, it's Jack's turn, so Jack would get to choose the order of them. Because they're both at the start of the combat phase.
Is monstrous rampage not at the end of the charge?
Oh, good point. Yeah. So he could have stopped before he left.
To the handbook.
Doctor, our day is going absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much for asking. I appreciate that. Myself and Moog are here at the Mancunian Carnage event, May 2022.
End of the charge phase for monstrous sections, yeah.
And this is game number 3. Game 1, we had Ideneth Deepkin versus Living Cities, both beautiful armies here on the tabletop. Game number 2, we had Nighthaunt versus Feck, or Flesh Eater Courts. And game number 3, completing 6 out of 6 unique factions here on the tabletop. For us out of the hobby room, we have got Skaven Tide versus Boneplitters, which is pretty interesting, to say the least.
Absolutely.
So I'm doing very, very well. Thank you very much for asking. I appreciate your kind words.
So it's really nice to see play like that. You don't often see, the combination of the fly getting over that terrain piece, getting over all those models, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to get over those models.
Yep.
And great use of a relic combined with, again, fantastic use of the Skaven allegiance abilities for heroes to run away instead of fight.
Yeah.
Really, really good play from the Skaven there.
Oh, incredible. Yeah. And as I say, Johnny did tell him about it at the start.
Yeah.
What it has done, though, is it's given Jack hold 1, hold 2, and his battle tactic. So he's now 4 points. Only 3 points behind, not 4, which means Johnny does need to put himself on that center objective. He is already there, ready for turn 4. If he wins the priority, I'm not going to lie, Johnny probably wins the game, just through basic maths. He's done Monstrous Takeover already, but what he could look at doing is Broken Ranks on that unit of 3 ball boys that are left. Go into them with the Deceiver, kill them. 2 VPs. 1 for it being a monster, 1 for holding 1 objective, 1 for holding more than his opponent. That's 5 VPs in turn 4. Gives him 18. Right?
Yep.
Turn 4 for Jack. Let's assume he kills a monster. Let's assume he brings it down. Let's assume he... So this is at 18. Assume he kills a monster, bring it down, and he holds 1, holds 2. That's another 5 points. That puts Jack on 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 3 VPs behind, going into turn 5. Jack, battle tactics, holds 1, holds more. For 4 maximum, yeah? That turn.
Yep.
Johnny just needs his battle tactic to win.
Yep. What battle tactic can he pick here? He's
Savage Spearhead.
You've got a warp hole to just pop through.
You need 2 units.
Yeah, her territory is half the battlefield in this one.
Yeah.
So,
I
literally,
mean,
this one rat moves up there.
yeah. And don't forget, you can slingshot yourself, which is move up, charge, run away from combat.
Yep.
The old Skaven hero slingshot build.
There is the capability here. I don't know if Johnny's seen it yet, whether he's looking at the numbers or not, but there is the capability here. All the line, and that's assuming everything aligns for Johnny and everything aligns for Jack.
Yep.
The maximum number of VPs, the most average number of VPs will get you to 18, 19, with Johnny still having a turn left.
I mean, what else can you do? The Skaven can teleport the Jezzails through the warp hole in order to get to a better position. Take out some of the Wergogs, so that you don't have that other threat of being stared to death.
Yep.
Double whammy. I don't even know if they count as moving due to that.
Sorry.
I don't know. You know, like the interaction between the Soul Screen bridge, it doesn't count as actually moving because you haven't made a move. Can't quite remember if the Skaven is worded the same as the Soul Screen bridge for the innate rerolls on the Jezzails.
Oh, you mean for a teleport?
Yeah. I can't quite remember off the top of my head.
I think it's a setup. Well, you've got the things in front of you. Do you want to look up the Jezzails? I'll look up Gnorholes.
Yeah.
Right, cool. A Gnorhole says at the end of your movement phase, if a friendly Skaven-tied hero is within 6, you can pick one friendly Skaven-tied unit within 6, remove it from the battlefield, set it up wholly within 6, and more than 9 away from enemy models. What's up? So that's the Gnorhole. Let's put that on screen.
Jezzails, as long as they haven't made a move.
So it's a setup, not a move.
Yeah. So yeah, they'll still get their rerolls.
But here's the priority. Going into turn 4.
Rat or Naked Boy?
Everything's in the center of the battlefield now.
That is Naked Boy.
That is huge. Because it means that Jack has a turn to try and stop Johnny scoring the 1-2 more. Sorry, the 1 more.
Yep. Measuring out to see if we can stare at that Vermin Lord.
Yeah. Stare him down.
He gives away prior. He gives away prior.
If Jack gives away prior here, we're ending the stream.
Go for some Korea barbecue.
Is that what you want to do?
We'll talk about this in a bit.
Just give me a nod if it is.
I don't know.
Oh, he's staring at the Deceiver.
Yep.
Oh, here we go.
Now,
give me a second.
Consider that the Deceiver has a better ward save and more life than those Wergogs. And that is on, decent rolls. So we got the 5-up ward. We can see that the Bonesplitter has already taken a wound. We're going to now stare with the other. Stare again. We're going to keep staring until this thing dies. Just getting the old dice into position.
Right, this is the stare down into the Deceiver. He's already taken 3 wounds.
Yep.
He's going again. That's 3 mortals so far.
Saved.
All saved. 3 up.
They're rolling just out of.
Another 2 mortal wounds. Nope, D6, sorry. It was only 1 mortal wound. This is huge. So this is now number 4.
Got 1 left.
Oh, 1 left. 3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds taken. Oh no.
He's got 7.
He's just going to keep staring.
Thought they had 6.
Another 2 mortal wounds.
1 save.
Takes 1. He's staring again. Oh, that's 4 mortals. He's dead.
But he does have another Wargog in range.
Yeah, so one work goes down. He's done enough work. That one can now rest.
He's staring again! Second stare!
One more. This is the point of the game we were dying for.
Yep. Yeah, so he failed the first roll, but the first roll does nothing. Amortal, sorry.
Takes it.
He takes 3 mortals himself.
This stare down play.
He's just
It's
out of
really
range.
big.
It's just out of range of the camera,
So
which
we're
is very sad.
taking some. I think we're going to be...
Is this the best
it's
angle?
Close. It's so close.
Oh, he stopped staring. He stopped staring.
Is he going to finish them off with the pigs, I guess?
Yeah, I'll go see how many he did in total.
Is that a 6? No, he's still going. He's fine. Oh, major stare off. 3 more wounds. Save 2, 1 more. And the Vermin Lord is down. Oh. Shame for the Vermin Lord, but they did exactly what they needed to do, those Wargogs. They did the job right. This priority into turn 4, definitely crucial for that Bonespitters play. And that is why you take 3 Wargogs. So, now what happens here? The Boar Boys obviously start moving forward, getting into position for the objective, which is now down on turn 4. Currently, no one owns it. He's going to need to get all of these units on point and get these Rat Ogres and the Clan Rats off of the point. Going into turn 5, obviously the Jezzails are just going to absolutely smash everything into whatever goes on that point. From there, it's going to be very interesting because we've got extra objectives in play this weekend from the organisers' rule pack. Currently, the Bonesplitters has denied the opponent getting this, which nets them an extra 5 points. Whereas, at the moment, we're in position for the Savage Boss to score them another 5 points. So, at the moment, Bonesplitters are now ahead. Coming back from that.
So, this is huge. Because of the way the Wargog is listed. Merlin,
Yeah.
thank you very much for the resub. Because of the way the Wargog is listed, it's also at the start of the hero phase.
Yep.
You choose your battle
Slay the
tactic
warlord.
at the start of the hero phase. So what you can do is you can stare down the Vermin Lord to its death and then choose the battle tactic.
Yep.
And he kills a monster, so he's got his 4 VPs this
Yeah.
turn. 3 VPs this turn.
Yep. And he's just ending it there, is he?
No. He's also going to try and move onto the center objective. Let's go to the top down.
Yep.
I reckon he's going to try and move as much as he can onto the center objective to get the objective, to hold 1, hold more, to then put him ahead 15
Yep.
after all this is done.
But you're forgetting. Secondary objective's been denied 5 points.
It has.
It has been denied.
Yeah. But I can guarantee you that Savage Boy boss is dead already. I can tell you he's dead. He's going to die. There's no way he doesn't.
As long as they remember about the secondary objectives and one of those Jezzails pops through here and tries to do him out.
Yeah. Also, the Bombardier
Mhm.
is Johnny's battle grand strategy.
Yes, the Price Sorcerer.
The Wargog profits are Jack's.
Yeah.
This Wargog has taken 6 wounds.
It's on 1 there.
So he's got 1 wound left. In 1 Jezzail swoop, you can get rid of his
3.
Dorothy,
Yeah.
get rid of his 3 from that. So you nullified on the secondaries because you both get 5 for denying.
Yep.
You will get 3 from your battle tactic. Jack will lose 3 from his battle tactic. Sorry, grand strategy. and then it's all about what battle tactics you can do in the last turn.
Yep. It's going to be interesting. Going to be really interesting
Yeah.
here. Maybe the clan rat can pop the last wound off.
Yeah.
Depends on if that. I can't imagine you'd charge it in.
Oh, hang on. No, he's got 7 wounds left. Sorry, 4 wounds left. Sorry, he's got 2 tokens by him. Where is it?
Is that finest day or something?
Yeah, that might be finest hour. He's got the 3, which is the wound token.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah, so you
regardless,
got 4 left.
the Jezzail should pop that off next turn without, unless we might see Bonesplitters charge into the Jezzail the top layer of Jezzails at least.
Great, you've still got 2 units left.
Yeah, you still got 2 units there, and you've got an Unleash Hell to go through.
You're
with
definitely
those.
eating an Unleash Hell on this. There's no doubt about it, surely.
Yeah.
Oh, that was exciting. It was unbelievably exciting. You just kept staring him down. Oh,
Yeah.
I do absolutely love the stare down.
Which, while it was a great move last turn to bring out the Vermin Lord,
Yep.
it was ultimately the demise of the Vermin Lord.
Johnny said he should have just moved it off the center objective
Yeah.
and gone to the top.
I was going to say, you come this way,
Yep.
then...
No, more to the center.
Well, yeah, you don't move into the range of the
the Wargogs.
the Wargog.
No.
And then next turn you just dreaded Skit Leap him to wherever you need him to be on the field.
Yeah, or move him. Or just move him.
Yeah, both are fine. But yeah, no, while it was a good move at the time, he should have been conscious on what laid on the other side of that ruin.
He just completely forgot.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to do. One of the benefits about streaming this sort of thing is we can sit here and look from this far away and see, okay, this is on this side, this is on this side, this is on this side.
Yep.
The players, you guys probably don't quite understand. This thing is like a foot tall.
Yeah.
It's like 12 inches tall. You can't see over it. So if you don't ask the question, which you are perfectly entitled to ask the question, but if you don't ask the question of what's on the other side of it, you're never going to know.
Right, the charge. That looks like an 8-inch charge from those pigs onto that Jezzail unit.
Yeah, he's going to be claiming 1 and holding more this turn. Jack has turned it around.
It might not be enough with the...
I assumed with stars aligning, this wasn't going to be everything this turn.
I don't think the 8's enough to get up and into those Jezzails. 'Cause it's 3-inch up those stairs, to my knowledge. Oh, no, they do.
It's 2 inches up.
Was it 2 on
Yeah,
these?
it's only 2. Only 2.
Okay, I assume that there's going to be an Unleash Hell.
Yeah, he's rolling some dice. Which completely makes sense. Like, you are going to unleash hell at this point, aren't
Yeah,
you?
so 6 damage through.
Yeah.
So that's 2 dead pigs.
2 dead pigs.
And then, well, let's face it, Jezzails are not great in combat.
No, but they get +1 to their save.
Against missile weapons, they get 1+1.
You are so impatient with it. It's not loaded the screen. It's not going to put it up.
It's
I'll
because
just
if
get
you
it
hit enter, it completely stops it.
up. So don't hit enter. Simple.
Yeah, but you don't usually think that way. 2 attacks at 5s and 5s in melee. I mean, it's not impossible that they kill a pig. There's 6 of them.
I mean, there are 2 rats on the base. There are 2 rats on the base.
Them rusty knives.
I'm surprised they don't do 6s to hit do a mortal. You know, like tetanus or something on the knife.
We can hope for that one day. Maybe on the Plague Monks.
Didn't they used to do that?
Plague Monks have many different ways of doing mortals. Maybe one of the most changed, overloaded war scrolls in history. Simply because they have like... What did they have, like 5 loadouts at one point?
Yeah, they did. And there was one point where you would take one of each loadout because it did a thing, right?
Yeah, you'd have multiple different loadouts in the unit.
Yeah.
And it got silly. And too much bookkeeping. That was back when Clan Pestilence were at the top of their game.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to see 4 Jezzails get into the pig, so that's 8, nope, all 10. All 10 attacks are going to go in at 5s and 5s.
Into that one pig.
Will they get an all-out attack for 4s and 5s? Because they want to be freed up to shoot next turn. It might not be a bad decision just to do it. All you need is 3 wounds through on a 6-up save.
I'm confused.
What?
Jack didn't do any charges into the other stuff. He's interesting. Okay, he's just taking the objective. He's just claiming
did he
it.
fail it?
The pig lived.
Ah. The naked loincloth saves going through.
Yep. I mean, you could. I think it's only got 1 wind left. You could arcane bolt it off the field. Your bombardier's just down the bottom.
Yeah, you could also shoot them off with the bombardier. There again, the arcane bolt is only going to do 1 damage at that range, and the pig's got 3 wounds.
It's only got 1 left.
Oh, does it only have 1 left?
Or it's taken 1. I don't know whether the players are counting up or down. Kind of crucial, actually.
He counts up, I think, the bone splitters.
Right.
Alright, the clan rats eliminated.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the big savage boys aren't stabbers. Sorry, are good.
Maybe did the pigs run to get in a better position?
Oh, they did. They did. You're right. Yeah.
I was gonna say, because if they could take those rat ogres off the point this time, the Wergog shaman has gone in on the clan rats.
Question.
Yep.
How many wounds are rat ogres?
6 each that unit.
So they count as 2 models each.
Yes, they do. 6 each and a 4-up save on them.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 models currently for Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 for the Wergog.
Yeah, unless the Wergog dies to the clan rats.
Well, it hit with a... It hit one. Sorry, I'm just...
Oh, maybe it was the free command point.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it probably was.
Then for an all-out attack. All hit. All wound.
Yeah.
With a mortal wound in there as well if they're ice foot.
Yep,
Not
which
ice
they
bomb.
are. Which they are. See you later, Bill. For those of you that don't remember, we had Bill Inglis on our live stream at Warrior Lodge Heat 2. It was his 8th game of Age of Sigmar. Since then, the man has played in 4 different events. So has added a 20 extra games to his tally. This, I think, is event number 5 since that event. So he's going all in and wanting to really learn loads. He plays Cruel Boys and runs 30 Gut Rippers.
Right, so the pig has fled the battle shock. Big for those
What?
Jezzails.
Oh, Struth. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's no leader. Okay,
Yeah.
then they don't need to worry about Arcane Bolt. They've got,
They
2,
now have
4,
free shots.
5 Jezzails to shoot what they want.
The clan rats did not flee. Oh, I don't know if we've rolled the battle shock for the clan rat yet. But there is a single clan rat left after the Wergog's vicious assault.
I'm just going to go and count how many Jezzails there are. Just give me half a sec.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it looks like we've lost 4 Jezzails somehow. So we're down to 6, 8, 13. 13 Jezzails. Oh, good number. 13 Jezzails is the correct amount of Jezzails to be left with heading into turn 5. Will we see the Jezzails go through the tunnel and maybe shoot the thing in the back? To be fair, might not even need to. They might. Do they want to be put in the way of the big boss charging? Do they want to be a screen against the big boss walking around it? Just so he can't get onto the point for these special secondary objectives of this tournament. You've got to imagine that the bulk of the Jezzails are going to be shooting into the unit of the 3 pigs and maybe the Wergog Shaman as well. I mean, if the unit of 10 pigs are there, the Rat Ogres go in, they probably kill about... This isn't the frenzied unit, so they probably kill about 4 on average, 3 or 4, depending on if they manage to get a all-out defense.
We have 5 dead Jezzails.
Yeah, which is perfect because it's 13 heading into turn 5.
They can rally.
Don't even need to rally them.
They could if
13
they wanted
is the
to.
perfect number.
No, they could rally. Rally some back, right? Shoot some stuff.
That holy number of the corned rat. You're staying at 13.
Corned rat.
The corned rat.
It's not like popcorn rat, a cinema rat.
Yeah. No. You don't budge from 13. Honestly. But what does happen here, you shoot that unit of 3 pigs off, make sure it can't come back. Anything else goes into the Wurgog. Who cares if you've got 10 pigs on? I think you charge the Rat Ogres.
Yeah.
Charge the Rat Ogres into that unit. I think you kill 4 on average. I don't think they kill you back because you've got a 4-up save. You can bring the Master Molder forward to give them an all-out defense.
Yeah. So here's what I think. Johnny should take Slay the Warlord. Johnny should then teleport that max unit of Jezzails all the way over.
Jezzails, yeah.
He should then shoot 5 of them into the thingy. All of them into the Savage Big Boss. If he needs it. Because what is he? 6-up save, 6 wounds.
6 wounds on a 6-up.
With a 6-up ward. You commit. You need your battle tactic. So you put them all in, right? Then what you do is you teleport the 2 that are left there the next turn to the same Gnaw hole, and you shoot off the rest of the army. That way, giving you Savage Spearhead in turn 5 and Slay the Warlord in turn 4.
Alternately, wait a turn. I don't know. It is toughy. It is a toughie.
Because let's just
retreat the Clan Rat, just so it's out of 3. Retreat him up here, so he's in Savage Spearhead territory. Charge the Ogres. I should be right. I should be drawing this. Retreat the Clan Rat up here. Swing these Ogres so that they charge in there. Move up the Master Molder so he's still in range of stuff. And then next turn, you bring those Jezzails round. Pop Slay the Warlord.
Why would you not do it this turn?
Focus everything on this point first. Make sure that Wurgog Prophet and that unit of 3 dies. Because there's still, even if it's minute, there is still a chance that unit of 10, if not destroyed, could take back that objective.
But you've got the big fat rat that he's just moved up. You've got some rats here that you can bring over. There's still the screen here that you can bring over. I reckon you've got enough to be able to charge into all of this and clump this up. So the reason I'm saying is, Savage Spearhead, you need any 2 units. You don't need to do any damage, you don't need to do anything.
That run roll on those giant rats are 6. Even better.
Yeah, but with Savage Spearhead, you only need movement, and movement is literally guaranteed. I think I would commit early on to that Slay the Warlord and get it done now. Just to get it out of the way.
I don't know. The risk of them not getting it, though.
I don't think there's a risk. There's
always a risk of rolling all 2s.
That's a full unit, right? That's a full unit. Is there a champion in there? No. So you're hitting on 3s?
Yeah.
So, sorry, you're hitting on 4s. So you've got, 12 dice hitting on 4s, 6 go through. Of those 6, 2 of them are mortal wounds. 2 of them are 4 mortal wounds.
They've only got 1 shot each.
Jezzails?
Yeah.
They got 2.
No, they got 1.
They have 2.
They have 1.
I will bet you a shiny coin. They have 2.
We're not long strikes.
They have 1? What? You can have a shiny coin. Why do they only have 1 shot each?
Because we're not long strikes.
Okay, they only have 1 shot each. I thought they had 2 shots each.
No. 1 shot apiece. Okay, the unit of 2 has gone through.
I think you've probably gone Savage.
Yeah, we're retreating the Clan Rat up the ruin. Brought a unit through.
In that case, you shoot him now. I thought they had 2 shots each, which is why I was so damn sure you teleport them over and do that now.
Nah.
But with only 1 each, you do teleport those over, you do 2 shots into him now, then you can teleport the next unit next turn and finish him off.
Yeah.
All while the unit on the ridge at the back here are peppering that Wargok.
Yep.
Because you need to deny the grand strategy. Johnny's biggest win here is if he denies grand strategy.
Yeah, he doesn't need to move anything. I'm surprised that we haven't seen a redeploy on that Wargok. In fact, he couldn't because he was in combat with a clan rat.
Yeah. He doesn't even need to hold the point for the next 2 turns. Because battle tactic takes you to 15. Turn 4, battle tactic takes you to 17. Turn 5. Oh no.
Yeah, he needs it because he's also got the 5 points here at the moment on the secondaries.
No, he doesn't even need. He doesn't need to hold the objective. Johnny doesn't need to hold the objective. Because turn 4, let's assume Johnny does his battle tactic, and that's it, right? So turn 4, we end up 15-15. Turn 5, Jack gets the turn. And does his battle tactic, holds 1, holds more for +4. Yeah?
Yep.
So that takes him to 19.
Yeah.
Johnny, turn 5, does his battle tactic, which is Slay the Warlord.
Okay.
Yeah? There's no Wargog left, so there's no prize sorcery for Jack.
Yep.
But there is the Bombardier left, so there is prize sorcery for Johnny. Johnny wins 2019, and you've both denied each other's secondary for the tournament.
It all depends in which case on that Savage Big Boss dying or not.
Or you need to kill the Wargog and the Savage.
Yeah.
You don't even need to take hold of the objective. But that's another thing. We've got time to sit here and do the maths to figure out that's what he needs to do to win this game. To get that major victory in the tournament, that's what he needs to do. Johnny's not thinking about that. He's thinking about the 12 different units he's got left on the battlefield. And can I claim this objective? If he claims the objective, he gives himself a buffer.
We're taking 2 damage on the Savage Boss from the Giselle.
Nice. Not bad from 2 shots.
Certainly not.
I think Johnny does claim that objective, though, because the rats are worth 2 each, aren't they?
I mean, you charge those Varagos into that Wargok.
Yeah, you have to kill the Wargog. If you can kill the Wargog this turn, and make sure you're focused everything on the profit on the big boss next turn, you're fine.
Yep. No, it has to die. I mean, there's no way that those rat ogres go in and do not kill him. I mean, they could, unless you roll all 1s.
2 damage each.
2 damage apiece, exploding 6s, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, re-rolling, -1 rend, so straight through.
What's the range of the re-rolling?
12.
Wholly or partially?
Holy... I mean, that's the Master Molder, isn't it?
Yes, it just depends where he charged, that's the thing. Like, I'm thinking if he charges around here, by accident.
Yeah, wholly within 12.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. You need to kill that Wargog this turn.
I mean, to be fair, even without the +1 to hit, I don't think the rat ogres need it. The Master Molder has gone in to the 3 pigs.
Is it a mistake?
I certainly think so. The Master Molder is not great in combat.
It's alright, that'll be a conversation at the end of the stream. Go to the table and be like, hey, just so you're aware, you didn't need to do this.
I'm not entirely sure why.
He's probably just trying to give him himself a buffer, right? Because if he can claim that objective, he holds 1, holds 2, gets his battle tactic, giving him the 4 points this turn, taking it to 17-15. What? I'm sorry, what? Did he just...
Are we sure that's the Master Molder?
Yeah.
That just killed 3 pigs? Because the Master Molder doesn't have enough damage to do that. Unless he's got a Things Catcher and aced every single roll. And one of those pigs is already at 1 wound less. In fact, no, we're at the shooting phase. No, are we at the shooting phase? We must be.
No, that was a charge. That was a charge. I'm so confused.
I'm very confused. Unless we charged it in and... Battle Shock.
Battle Shock.
I don't know how, but Battle Shock. There you go. Jack gets the turn again. Apparently Battle Shock.
Okay. I really don't know why you wouldn't charge that Wurgog Prophet, because that Wurgog Prophet is probably now going to take out that unit of Rat Ogres.
Yeah.
I mean, it might kill itself in the process.
Oh, I think the Rat Ogres might have ran, actually. Did they run?
They were there before. They were there last turn.
Oh, I really don't know then.
Maybe they failed their charge?
Very possibly. Yeah, he's about to stare at a unit with the Wurgog. On the Rat Ogres. He might just kill himself.
He might. It's certainly a thing that could happen. Oh, we got the cam. Oh, we're at the shaman point of view. Prophet point of view.
4.
One more win.
On a
And
one
these
more
have
wound.
no ward save.
Nope. That's cocked. It's a 1. He does. 2 mortal wounds to himself.
Oh, it saves one of them.
He's got 3 left.
3 wounds left.
He's going to stare again. Just 2 mortal wounds. I think Johnny's just keeping a track.
Yeah.
He takes 1 mortal wound.
That's what, 5 so far?
5, yeah.
1 dead ogre.
Yep. He takes 6! Is this it? That's
Yes.
a dead Wurgog!
But he took 1 ogre with
Oh!
No! Oh my god.
He only did 5 wounds.
He did 5. So yeah.
Oh no!
So 1 roger left on 1 wound.
But do you know what that means? No price sorcery there for Jack.
No price sorcery. He has denied it himself.
He's forgot the 3 VPs. You get the price. I think he's just having a wonderful time playing the game.
Let's see. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, Savage Spearhead is what will be chosen here.
He's gonna try run that onto the point and try get his Dorothy points. But I don't think he's gonna be.
The thing is, he's opened himself up to a firing arc here.
He's literally running in at the last second, trying to get himself on that point just to be met with the firing squad.
So what is the Dorothy?
Have a hero on the point at the end of the battle.
Your general,
No, just the one you nominate to be the Dorothy.
which they both chose the general.
Yes. I just like the point of this nice naked green guy just running out at the last second, thinking he's going to do something. Then
These Giselles just pop him down.
There's just 13 Giselles just waiting there.
They're just sat there going, yes, mate. Yes, mate.
yes.
Yes, yes. I can't believe they only have 1 shot each. What wizardry is this? What fresh nonsense.
This is Skaven, mate.
It's been a great
Skaven
game.
and Bonesplitters.
This has
Loved it.
An absolutely great game for this to watch.
Sure. You can have your Stormcast on
I'm
every
gonna-
team
yeah.
across every table.
Yeah,
I'll take my Bonesplitters any day.
yeah, yeah. You can be watching 8 games of Idoneth Deepkin, Stormcast, Fire Slayers every
Maggotkin.
Maggotkin. That's 4 of the team.
You want 30 Sentinels? Not at this tournament.
Lumineth.
No Lumineth players.
You know, you can watch the same 8 armies fight across different tables all day. But don't worry, only here will you get Bone Splitters versus Skaven.
And I'm fine with the adequateness of these lists.
And one of them's going 2 and 1. One of them's going 1 and 2 into day 2. Johnny could potentially
I love Skaven so much, and he deserves it after beating Cities of Sigmar Dragons in game 1.
Yeah.
I have nothing but praise for this man for beating the current cheese.
Don't know, there's multiple cheese at the moment, to be fair.
It's one of the current cheeses, and for beating it with Skaven, I'll give him that shiny coin that you owe me.
A solid Savage Spearhead there for Jack.
Yep.
Going into turn 5.
Slay the Warlord, as predicted.
As predicted.
Surely you
and
just bring those Giselles through and
Now
try
it's
popping.
just shoot.
I mean, you
the
don't,
Giselles.
you,
It
don't,
dep-
you don't even need to.
it depends if they're shooting through that, which I think they probably are.
Yeah.
Is there any point doing anything else here? You just shoot him. You get the 2 VP to the hold 1, hold more. You get the 3 VPs for getting your grand strategy, but your opponent not, and you walk away with a win.
Yep.
It is.
And even then, despite this, really close.
Very close game, yeah. There's been a couple of decisions here and there between the two different players. But, you know, maybe Johnny didn't want to go in with the rats because he didn't want to... He wanted Jack to be able to play with his Wurgog, you know?
I mean, if I was against 3 Wurgogs, I'd certainly give him a chance to stay.
He stared off a Deceiver. He took 5 wounds off a Rat Ogre.
I mean, it's a lot of wounds that got dealt to. You gotta love the just pure tenacity it takes to put 3 Wurgogs in a list and bring it to a tournament. Now imagine if he had the extra 250 points to put a 4th. Beautiful. 4 staring.
And that's it. That is our game, I believe.
Good old Naked Dorothy has been shot off the board.
Yeah. There we go. 24-27 handshake. Congratulations, gentlemen. That was a game and a half to watch. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. That was amazing.
I'm so happy with that.
What an end to day 1, right? What an end to day 1 of the tournament. Let's take it. So we've had 6 unique armies on today, which is huge, right?
Absolutely.
6 different armies, 6 different players. The last game looking like a 7 VP win, actually a lot closer than you anticipated. Than you would have anticipated going into the start of the game.
Absolutely.
It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
We've seen a random pairing, somebody who's won, and a 1-on-1 today. And tomorrow, we're going to try and bring you the top tables so we can see who can potentially walk away with a win, who walks away with a lose.
Now, considering we don't know who's currently 1-2, 1-3, or whatever,
Nope.
What faction do you think is going to win tomorrow? Random guess. I'll tell you who it's probably not going to be. Boneplitters.
A random win of a winner? The winner of the tournament?
The winner of the whole tournament. Not the winner of my heart, which is both of these players.
The winner of the tournament will be... I don't even know what the standings are at the moment.
Nor do I.
But the winner of the tournament, I assume, of the biggest UK tournament this weekend, nearly 80 players, will be Stormcast Eternals.
You think Stormcast?
Now, who am I kidding? It's Doc.
Okay.
I don't even know if Doc are in there, but it'll be Doc.
I am going to say that this event will be taken by Maggotkin.
Okay, there are majoritively more Maggotkin.
There are a lot of Maggotkin or Idoneth Deepkin.
Yeah.
And some of their biggest counters not really present.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thank you very much for joining me for those 2 games. I appreciate it.
loved it.
Couple of extra shilling. He'll be here tomorrow. You'll see him again, don't worry. And you'll hear him again. Number 1, thank you to everybody here watching. Alex, Element Games, everybody here. Absolutely wonderful. Number 2, if you fancy winning an Echoes of Doom Battle Box, you can do. ! Battle Box in the chat. Every donation of £5 or more gets you entries into the raffle, or you can email in for free. All details are in the image there. That raffle will be done tomorrow after Game 5. So I've got some spreadsheeting to do. So if you want to get them in, get them done in now. We'll be back tomorrow from about 9:15 in the morning, which will be pretty cool-ish. It's an early start because it's an early finish. You don't have to be present for the draw either. You'll get a message if you win. Other than that, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody else for being here. Thank you to all of our followers, subscribers, donators, shows, pledges, likers, raiders, hosters. And we will see you tomorrow bright and early. Take care, everybody.
Farewell.